That's pretty fast.
No. Listen. I mean, the people don't understand. Like this shit is multicultural. All I'm saying is that the weirdo shit. Yeah, there is weirdism out here, and it wasn't like that in the fucking 90s. Like the 90s and 2000s was much different. But the 2010s came and a lot of the weirdo shit just started to flourish out here for whatever reason. But
okay,
my point
I know what you're talking about because I've been going to Washington for a long time. It's Spokane specifically more often than Seattle, and Seattle has always been weird. Because the first time I met black people out there was like in the early 90s, and I was like, yo, the black people out here are really, really, really different. They were like weirdly different.
Wait, how are they different? How are they different?
Wait, hold up. Wait, which part in Seattle? Because hold up. Wait. I'll let you go on that. If you go to the Central District back in the day, because Central District, I mean, the white people, they didn't gentrify that area, and that was the second most gentrified area in the whole fucking United States. The Central District in the South End, you bring even in certain parts, you bring that weirdo shit over there, you're gonna get shot, and the police ain't gonna do a goddamn thing about it. So I'm just saying, it might be in certain parts that you're thinking of, but the areas that I frequent, niggas aren't on that weirdo shit, bro.
No, so I'm not talking about, like I said, they're different. Like weirdo shit like you're talking about. I'm talking about, I just thought that the black people out there were just uniquely different. They're not like East Coast blacks or Southern blacks.
Yeah, I think what Emil trying to say that they're more approachable, and that's what I see it as too. Like, yeah, when I was out there, like you just like they got different kinds of shit. You got your little comic book ones and the little weirdo artsy motherfuckers and shit like that. But more often than not, like the people that you pass by. There's some southern shit like that. They ain't on that standoff weird environmental survival shit. Yeah. Like when I went out there to hoop, it was cool. Like, them niggas, some of them niggas can ball. But they was coming from like different places too. The basketball tournament that go on in Spokane, I was in that bitch.
Yeah, with Jamal Crawford and them.
Kendall, you know what's wild? If you try to relate to them, like you try to say, okay, those people are black, I'm black, they very much look at you like, okay, I understand you're black, but they have a very unique approach to blackness as a whole, because they've been so integrated into white culture in Seattle, almost like they're at a PWI.
I disagree. I don't think.
Yeah, I kind of.
Yeah, I disagree.
And I live out there.
It depends on. Wait. Because you got a point depending on like where you at and who you like in your circumference, right? Yeah. So like for you, I can see you being around people like that. Like when I was out in Tacoma and shit like that, like I was around like hood niggas, like battle rap niggas and basketball niggas, like niggas.
I mean, for me, I'm usually around like University of Washington and.
Look at her trying to be cool. Look at Angel. You ain't gotta do that.
I love Seattle, but my thing is, I never got that vibe from the black people in Seattle. Like I would like the people who were working for Boeing. They were always very welcoming. I used to, who I used to see a lot too. That guy, the singer Tank. He's always out there. Like Tank. He's always
from Seattle.
No, he's from my city.
He's always in Seattle. Yeah, he's always out in SLU. He's always down in SLU by the Intercontinental.
That's because he be buying pussy out there. Anyway, hell yeah.
He's really nice, but like
he's really nice.
Yeah, the black population in Seattle for me has always been very warm, and they taught me a lot because
they're very warm and welcoming compared to.
No. When you say they taught you a lot.
No, I didn't know about the black scene. I didn't know there were black people in Seattle, in Washington State. I didn't know there was a black history in Washington State until I lived.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did not know.
Oh, you fucked up for that.
To me, it was always taught that Oregon and Washington were like the great white strongholds. Like they did not want like their black people.
No,
and until I moved out there, that's when I learned.
So, yeah, they didn't want people. They didn't want black people in Oregon and California and Nevada. So that was like one of the only places in the West that they could actually go and settle into.
But I think the worst state. I
the way she thought about Seattle was how I thought about Alaska. Until I got there and I met so many black people and they're like, yeah, my family's been here from 18 something. I was like, what?
Yeah,
And there's a
well,
whole black culture in Alaska.
But I think the worst.
Yeah, that was like the first millionaires, other than the ones that's in like the castle states and stuff like that. Those were like a lot of the first millionaires.
Millionaires.
Yeah, because look, they didn't let them participate in the gold rush, right? Unless you were a buff soldier. And that was on like some path clearing shit. And then they forced them into like cattle raising because they ain't want them niggas touching on good gold for the white man, right? But
I think
they went up there. Hold on. They went up there and they was like doing the whaling. And like a lot of those whalers, families, like set up shop, built beautiful homes. Actually, a lot of them, when they made their money, they came back down to California.
Yeah, I think the worst people I've met, I'm not gonna lie, is like Idaho. Like they come into Washington State and they're some of the worst people. Like they're some of the worst and most racist people I've ever encountered in Idaho.
You must ain't never been to North Dakota.
Hey, but you know what? Hey, but you know what? But here's the thing, though, right? And this is something that I noticed very young. And mind you know, growing up, like, yeah, we understand there's different races out here, but motherfuckers know each other from like kids, man. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't just our like millennial generation. That's going back 2 or 3 generations before us, you know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that there is racist shit out here, but it's more secretive. It's not in your face like it is down south.
It's not secretive outside of the SeaTac area. Like if you get out of SeaTac, if you get out of the Vancouver area, like the cities, like it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Because I remember there was a story. This lady, she was kind of like telling me a story. And I don't know if she's crazy, it was a white woman. She was telling me about her father, who was a Hell's Angel. And if anyone came into her town that was a person of color, they would tie them up to the back of the motorcycle and drag them to the end of the town line.
Yeah, they call that
if they survive. If they survived, then they would bring them to the hospital because they didn't belong. And the way she was telling me the story was so creepy. And I'm looking at her like that. I was like, "You're proud of your dad? You're proud of your father? Your father's a piece of shit." But outside of like the SeaTac, like Vancouver area, it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's disgusting.
Okay, so look, being down in Tacoma and Puyallup and shit, you know, though a lot of the black people that was in the Central District, because you know they gentrified everything. A lot of them dudes, because I don't even see like the gang members, like the Deuceates, the fucking LPs and all them motherfuckers, you know, the not Great Street, but Cherry Street Crips. I don't see none of them dudes no more. And a lot of them now to Puyallup and Tacoma.
But remember, Puyallup used to be a sundown town. Remember, Puyallup used to be a sundown town.
Yeah, probably a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a sundown town up until I think like the late 70s. And then that's when black people, like, you know, and Asian people started moving into Puyallup because it was really bad there too. But
wait, how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 34.
Oh, okay, you my age. Okay, so look,
you ain't your fucking age, nigga.
So all I'm saying is that like, no, I get it, you know, in certain areas and certain spots. But in the Tri-City areas, majority of the time, like it's, you know, you're not going to see all that. Now, of course, like if you go to Everett, specifically going to Spokane, I would say Spokane, yeah, you know, segregated out there. But, you know, but out here, like in this, I would say this, like out in Seattle and whatnot, and it's funny, like when certain black women come up here and they tell me they be getting mad, right? Like they'll be dating a blue, but then the black dude will sit up here and be looking at all the not white dudes, all the white women, you know, dating black men and shit. It's like, you know,
why you wave the headphones like that?
Yo, shut the fuck up when I'm talking. Man, I swear, man.
Stupid ass
shotgun shell right to your fucking skull. But anyways, the agent, but that's the point though. I mean, like there's a lot of interracial dating shit up here, and niggas have.
I think
they have a lot of.
You have no choice. I mean, the population's like, for instance, the black population is kind of small. It's like
Wait, why do you wear headphones like that?
But also, I think because I'm not gonna lie, I think in Seattle, it is a very educated population, regardless of whatever racial demographic you come from. So I think it actually like allows you to be around different types of people. You're not stuck. So I can see why interracial dating happens more often in that area. But then also there is a loneliness issue because there was like an influx of Japanese people, fresh off the boat. And because of their cultural norms, they are not really used to socializing. So I remember in my building, we have like an online board, and they'll say, "Oh, do you guys want to meet in the garden? Because I don't know how to make friends." Something like that. Like the cutest thing, they don't, because they're, in their society, they're not very, forthcoming and saying hi and so.
But I will say this though, So real quick, I'm gonna speak over this retard.
Jacobus.
So with that, I would say this, when it comes to the Japanese population that's up here, that's actually a decent one. You have a lot of.
Yeah, but why are his headphones like that? We all want to know.
So I would say the Japanese population that's up here, because there is an Asian population up here. Asian is that some of them are some of them are outgoing, and some of them are the types that will socialize.
I'm talking about
Just from my perspective, he felt like he made a better
ones
picture.
like that. I'm not talking about the ones who.
I have no idea.
I'm talking about the ones who.
Hey, we're having a conversation.
Why would you put your headphones
You know how some people turn their hats.
See his headphones? He ain't got no ears.
For instance, in my building, we have a large influx of Japanese immigrants because of the job market over there, and so because they have they were born, raised, their parents in Japan, it's the cutest thing. They don't know how to socialize. But then you're right. There is a difference than from the ones who have been here multi generations and things like that. They are more social. But we have a lot of fresh off the boat, fresh immigrants.
Yeah, but why would you have headphones that are not on your
the Filipino population, the Filipinos, they've grown around, niggas for a very, long time. So,
I think if you put it on,
them and the Chinese and the Japanese, they've been amalgamated over here to America. So when you deal with that Asians, a lot of these individuals, have amalgamated over here Asians. So
hold on, let me look at this.
with that being said, you'll start seeing certain of them hang out with black people, or some of them be a part of certain cliques and shit. So it's just maybe it's just depending on what you were saying, the people that just came over here versus the ones that have been over here for a minute.
Yeah, because there's been an influx of transplants to Seattle. For instance, I'm a transplant, and I think the majority of my buildings either transplants or people who immigrated over because of Boeing. You have Microsoft, you have Google. I don't live too far from Google. All the people coming in and out. So you'll see things have changed, and but you're right. There is a large.
So you see Epstein?
No, I'm from New York. I've seen, but that's from New York, not from on the West Coast.
Oh shit.
Yo, Ray, them Japanese motherfuckers be racist as fuck.
Like them Japanese headphones you got.
Which part though? I mean, shit, because listen, if you're talking about them, I would say when it comes to them, well, specifically the
is it they them? Is that a pronoun?
I think the younger generation is not as I guess xenophobic as the older.
I mean, if you're talking about like in certain cases, yeah. But I mean, as far as like interpersonal dealings, I don't know who was. I think it was Abdiel that said that. I mean, I won't say that they're all racist, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, they just.
If you're not Japanese, you're not Japanese.
Okay, that's in all cultures. I mean,
I think like on the West Coast,
Come on.
The Chinese people are more racist.
I think on the West
Chinese
Coast,
people
like,
are way more racist.
You'll deal with like racism from, you won't deal with as much racism from Asian people on the West Coast like you will on the East Coast. On the East Coast, it's pretty bad.
Listen, man, I know the blacks love anime, but them niggas don't fuck with the blacks. Like, my black friends have been.
No, the ones out west do.
Who don't fuck with the blacks?
The ones out
Japanese.
west, the ones out west-
Unica.
Nah, that's
the ones
not
out
true,
west,
man.
The ones out east, I'll say they are pretty racist, but the ones on the West Coast, they're not as bad as the East Coast Asians.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I mean, the ones I've seen, they, it was, and of course, everybody's, geographical location is going to be different. So, but I would say that they're definitely not as racist out here. I mean, like I said, they fuck with black people out here. So now I would say. Yeah, I mean, but I mean, it doesn't, but a lot of these different people, I mean, racism is a big business, man. Like, listen, Abdio, it's like this, right? I used to be friends with a couple Mexicans, right? And some of them, I don't know, they might have been, I won't say cartel or mafia, but something like that. I'm not sure.
Affiliated.
I would say one of them. But regardless of the fact, though, Abdio, the point is that he was telling me, like, him and his brother, like, in California, because they mess with black people, but there was one time where there were certain blacks that would go up and drive and harass them and chase them, like that scene with Boys in the Hood where they were running from the fucking, I don't know, it was the Dambus that they were running from, and Ricky got blasted. It was something similar to that, right?
You're a cotton digger.
So with that being said,
Fire alarm.
Another fucking thing.
Yeah, Ricky was running from
the
Crenshaw Mafia.
Yeah, okay, it was a Crenshaw Mafia. Okay, so it was them niggas. So the point I'm making is that
loser, degenerate, game banger, black American.
But what the mafia part have to do with your story?
Damn, what the fuck?
Yeah, that shit's crazy, man.
Why was the mafia part?
I know. You hear the degenerates come up like.
I think it's
The point I'm saying is that I'm gonna speak over these retards. So with that being said, you have Mexicans that would tell me that, yeah, man, the blacks would chase them out of certain cities and shit. In the same sense, there would be blacks that would say that the Mexicans would chase them out the city. So my point is, as I'm speaking over this low IQ retarded cracker, all right.
Yeah.
This so with that being said, I mean, racism is what it is. It just depends on who you're speaking to. Now, of course, with the blacks and Puerto Ricans, it's going to be a little different, amongst the interpersonal relationship with other ethnic groups. But I mean, everybody's experienced some shit with each other at some point. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yo, I have one quick question. Do you guys have Crown Fried Chickens in Seattle?
No, they don't. They don't have fast food like
Ray, I'll be out of your cotton digger.
But they have like.
Because you're a fucking dreadlock. You're a reggae fucking.
They have one.
No, you're a
pre-order. You're a pre-order.
I'll scalp your fucking ugly ass.
How do you steal $1 billion? What about Cali? Does Cali have Crown Fried? Because it looks like the background of a Crown Fried on Ray Allen's.
Crown Fried Chicken.
No, this is a fucking teriyaki
I
shop.
don't know. They have a lot. I've never seen a Crown in Cali, but they have.
Nah, she got no brown chicken, none of that out here.
They have like, what is it? What is
Well,
that?
in LA, we don't. We got
Taco
churches,
Taco
we got
Time.
Popeyes, KFC.
Man, all black people.
You know who has a Crown Fried
Black
Chicken?
people stop eating fried chicken, you cotton diggers.
Paris got Crown Fried Chicken.
Stop raping girls, you little honky.
I'm not white.
I'm not white. No way.
You niggas rape girls too.
You guys rape each other. He likes to cut the clitoris out of his fucking.
You guys rape each other in prison. You know shit. You say each other in prison.
That's what this fucking fact
Gang members rape each other in prison.
piece of shit ass.
They cut off little boys. They got
The area
they don't have jobs. They're broke. They're in the ghetto. They don't
attention from a woman, and them niggas started feeling some
like how's that?
I went to jail in Orange County.
Them niggas started feeling some kind of way, bro.
All the white boys did in jail was did hair wrong. And they
all the black people rape each other in prison. I'm not white.
Weirdo. All the white boys were doing hair wrong.
I see black Americans smoking hair. I see black Americans smoking maggots.
They were being gay and doing hair wrong.
That's cool. I'm not white, bro.
We don't do drugs in the county.
I'm not white. Black Americans doing this.
Not, you're talking about heroin?
Knuckles.
Hair wrong.
I'm not white.
You motherfuckers like so much shit, but you join the same games that these Negroes create. Ain't that a bitch?
I'm Yoruba.
Oh, okay.
Use a bitch.
Oh, he a stinky African nigga. Smell like sweet old
Army equipment.
squeaky underwear.
There's nothing wrong with
He's mad at black dudes and shit out of him and shit. So now he's angry at all black Americans and shit.
You know what? Africans like to talk about the issues of black people in America, but they don't ever talk about what the white man did to their punk ass. Why do Africans act like they
raped you in the butt?
great life?
They fucking beat shit out of you. They raped you.
Why do Africans act like they lived a great life?
They sold you an auction. They fed you to alligators. They burned you alive. They hung you on trees. They did everything to you. They fucking hosed you.
What you think they did to Africans?
I mean,
They did
your
the
fucking
same
land.
thing.
You're a bunch of What the fuck you gonna do it? What the fuck you gonna do about it? Trump just
the white man. The white man. You have the white man's genetics. He raped you.
What the fuck you
Your
gonna do
name is
about
not Jefferson.
Not really.
Your name is Tyrell Jefferson.
Y'all was
You're a fucking European. You're
Y'all
a
are
baby.
Neanderthals.
You're a white baby.
Black people, Africans have been demonized.
You're a fucking white baby.
Y'all are Neanderthals. Y'all
You're a fucking god figure.
Really? Y'all got African DNA in y'all. Y'all got more African DNA in y'all than we got white. Let's be honest.
I'm fully African.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
No, I'm fully African.
No, you's a bitch. You's a fool.
No, your mother's a bitch. You're fatherless. You don't know your dad.
What you are.
You don't know your dad, Cotton Picker. You grew up in the ghetto on second day without a father. You don't know your father, Cotton Picker. You don't know your father, Cotton Picker.
You know these Africans.
Cotton Picker slave boy, and I'm talking about baby, you're a slave. They used to hang out streets and beat shit on you. The police, they own police your neighborhood. You're a fucking white baby. Cotton Picker.
Scalp with Knuckles.
I'll just shoot you. You have to scalp me, I'll shoot you. You guys still fucking use spears, Native Americans.
I'm gonna shoot
I fucking have guns, Cotton Picker.
If I throw a bomb,
The white man gave you more than to civilize you guys. That's like the
knock you the
civilized
fuck out.
Cotton Picker.
If I throw a fucking anesthetic gas fucking bomb on you,
God,
you're
you're a retarded anesthetic.
You're gonna go.
You really think about this shit on your own, don't
Look
you?
how slow you're talking. It's the crystal
What the
meth.
fuck are you talking about?
What are you? Shut the fuck up.
You
Mike,
lied about
shut your
this.
dumb ass. Shut the fuck up. You didn't even hear what the fuck I said.
Anything you can think of. We get it.
Knuckles. You're gonna be knocked out. And I'm gonna drag your motherfucking ass.
But y'all scared of
Drag your motherfucking ass.
I'm gonna fucking blow you back to fucking your Native American reservation. I'm gonna blow you back to Africa, you cotton picking slave boy. You're half black, half Native American. I'm gonna chop you off in half, leave you half of you in America, half of you in fucking Africa, you cotton picker, where you belong, you cotton picking slave boy. Go back to where you come from. The white man doesn't love you. The white man doesn't love you, cotton picking slave boy. They flip.
I don't have weapons.
the best land in the world. What the fuck is in Europe?
You were drained from Africa 500 years ago.
Why is there so many honkies in Africa if y'all hate Africa?
So many honkies.
No,
Cotton.
stop screaming right into your big microphone, bro. I got it. Just like, stop screaming over each other.
What if I wear a gas mask, Ray? Then what?
You have a white surname. Your name is Tyrone Jefferson.
Damn, that's fucked.
faggot, bro.
Bro, take the big mic off, bro.
All right, I'm in public. My bad. Sorry.
Well, you know, I mean, he has low testosterone, so he has to use the big one.
Why are you checking my balls, you faggot?
No, I mean, you're a bitch.
You're inspecting my balls to see if I have testosterone. You look at my balls, you faggot. You imagine my balls, you bitch.
No, by
You
the way,
bitch.
your
You
voice.
were raised feminine because you were raised with a dad, bitch. You're Black American. You don't know your father. So you were raised. You're feminine. That's why you have to fight. You have to get mad. When you get mad, you have to fight people in public. That's why you fucking chip out there because they don't give you the right order at Popeye's chicken.
Fucking connections.
They didn't give you the right order at Popeye's chicken. You shoot out the place. That's what you Black Americans do. You guys are thug.
Take your headphones off, Ray Albert.
Oh, sure thing, Daquan.
Take your headphones off, Ray Albert.
This nigga thinks that everybody got a nigga name. Ain't that?
All you guys have nigga names or white names. Yo, Tyrone, Tyquavius, Shaniqua, Shantavius, Shawanda, Monique, Latoya, Daquan, you know, DeMarcus, Jamal.
Ray Albert.
That's ghetto. That's a ghetto name.
What about Jacobus?
Yeah, that's ghetto. Yes.
That's Jewish, bitch.
Tyquavius.
Jacobus, when did you start wearing fake glasses?
Nah, so I can see the bullshit.
Watermelon Drea, Obama Nisha, Rocket Shapia.
Shit, Jacobus,
Yeah,
you
also.
wear fake glasses and people, right?
Hi, Steel Man.
That's how you see fake people, my nigga. You put on fake glasses, and you can see through them.
All you Black Americans are gang members. You're all Crips and Bloods and GDs and BDs.
All right, now, Jacobus, you can't.
All you Black Americans are gang members. I know. Everybody here is a gang member.
Oh, y'all niggas
Your mic.
Wait, who's asking me what tribe I am? Was it you, agent?
I was trying to say good morning in your language, but
Are you Black?
yeah, I'm Black.
Hey,
Oh,
don't.
do you look good?
He hates black. No, he hates black women. He always talk about the black women being important.
You're fatty, bro.
I've never seen you before. I don't remember. Hey, look. I seen you before. Is this Sally?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Sally, brother.
Cali could never.
What happened to her?
Sally's brother was in memory.
Oh, that's you, man. You look great.
You gotta ask.
Oh man, shit, you look great. You got a great body.
Yeah, you gotta ask. You gotta ask Alaska.
Oh, she's.
Hey, nothing's talking about shooting somebody knowing that the goddamn kickback on the fucking gun's gonna knock his ass out.
I'm talking about what?
Skinny ass nigga. I mean, you're skinny. You're skinny.
You're a short.
Yes,
You're a fat, fucking obese, fucking big titty having ass, fucking goblin looking bitch. Yeah, you're fat, Ray.
But he would rather be fat.
No, I'm not.
You're a heavyweight. You're only 6 foot. You're like 300 pounds.
He could fight though.
No, I'm definitely not 300.
I did all that shit too.
Oh shit, he said he fuck you up.
Oh, I definitely got
He's not a
6 pack.
boxer, bro.
No, you don't. You don't got a 6 pack.
Fuck
You're
you
fine.
up, Ray Albert. He said he fuck you
Yeah,
up.
I do.
now.
No, you don't. You're fat.
Wait. You got a 6-pack now?
You got a chunky face.
I got a little
That's
better,
fat, bro. What do you mean?
Ray Albert's inbred. He's an inbred.
Oh man, I'm real.
fit. You got that neck fat.
So imagine what if we meet in real life? What would happen?
I'll knock you the fuck out is what I
That's
would.
what's right.
But like if you do, even if you do, because you're bigger than me, I'll just shoot you.
Wait, so you're gonna shoot somebody while you're knocked out?
When I get up, I'm gonna shoot you.
No,
Well, I can knock you out too. Like we can knock each other out. I did boxing and all that stuff too, but I'd rather just shoot you.
nigga, show that.
I can take a hit, so I'm not worried.
I just have weapons. I'm not gonna. See, here's the thing. I'm not gonna tell you what I have, but
Okay, well, you come across me, I'm gonna shoot me a nigga, a criminal nigga. And when the cops ask, I'm like, oh, this black dude was trying to carjack
I
me.
do have a
This
flamethrower.
black American was trying to carjack me. He was trying to rob me. I was in his ghetto. He said I was on his turf. He was trying to rob me. Then I'll shoot you in self-defense and I'll get away with it. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, this guy's like George. I'm gonna George Floyd the shit out you.
I'm gonna fucking throw that shit.
You can't use a flamethrower in real life. You can't just go around fucking burning people.
It's hard, bro.
Yeah, why?
Are they legal in
I'll do
Seattle?
that to you. I'll do that to you, bitch.
You're gonna get caught. You can't use a flamethrower in public. The people in my neighborhood will call the cops.
Thrower, bro. What the fuck?
He probably does illegally. Like some of these black Americans get illegal guns. They have fucking bazookas and stuff, and they get caught with it. I don't black American homie. He got caught with a Tommy gun.
If that's the case, motherfucker.
I can't wait to shoot you though. A flamethrower doesn't go that far. It does not go that far. So I can be from 30 feet away from you and I can shoot you, and that's
I
it.
have illegal guns.
I have illegal guns too. We'll just be a wild west shootout. You caught.
Wait,
Do you have the shotgun that they used on your ancestors? Did they give it to you as like a family heirloom?
Knuckles.
Hello.
Knuckles. How do you feel being called a Christmas Nigerian?
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Well, that's you.
What is it? Why? Why is that?
You don't go to Nigeria.
Give me the. Oh, okay. You got it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna tie this motherfucker, drag him up somewhere, and take a blade and make him cry.
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah. I look like a slave. I could play a slave in a movie. The slaves are full-blooded Africans. Definitely, I could play a slave in a movie. I look like a slave. Like the slaves are full-blooded Africans. I could be a slave.
Yeah,
in a
you
movie.
look like that. What's his name? The Idris Joe boy, not the Idris Elba nigga, but the the bald head.
Yeah, maybe if I'm bald, I look like that. Yeah. Wait, where? Which movie? Which movie?
What movie? He been in like a lot of African movies. He just an
Okay. He's a Nollywood movies you're talking about?
No, he be in like some little like blockbuster shit, but he just
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You gotta show me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on, let me see.
You know what I look like?
Shazam.
Hey, you know. Yeah, Digimon Hanzo. Okay, yeah, Digimon Hanzo.
Yeah, the Dijon nigga. That's what you look like, yeah.
Oh, I like that guy. I like the wizard. Shazam.
Dreadlock wearing African.
Knuckles
He's
look like
dreadlock wearing faggot.
I've been told I look like Walter Payton. No, they said I look like Walter Payton.
Hell
This
no.
nigga don't look like he looks like a dirty ass assy dreadlock wearing African.
Oh no, when I have dreadlocks, they say I look like Marshawn Lynch.
Whoop your ass, Ray Albert. Shut the fuck
No,
up.
he look like Ellen Brand. Y'all ever seen
Elton Brand. You don't look shit like Elton Brand.
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
He used to play for the Sixers, the basketball player.
They used to play for the Clippers.
Oh, okay.
look like that is
Elton Brand.
Yeah, I got Walter Payton in elementary school. All the white kids said I look like Walter Payton.
That's because you was around white people. They make all black people look like they
No, because I was playing football. They said I was fast. So like, yeah, you're gonna be the next Walter Payton.
So they lied to you then.
No, but you know what? These, These I was working at a job, and all these black girls like I was working at a job at a call center, and all the black girls like you should have auditioned for Eazy and straight out of Compton. They said I look like Eazy. Yeah, they said I look like Eazy.
You kind of okay. So you look
in
like
the scene when they beat him up in Afro Studios or what?
Just in general, if I had a Jerry curl on, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that never really happened. It's been confirmed that never happened. Like a lot of people, when that movie came out, people who knew him closely, like said that was bullshit. It never happened. If someone touched Eazy, like you can get killed for that. Eazy was dangerous.
No, I don't doubt that it don't happen in real life. But in a movie, he got his ass whooped.
Yeah, that's just fiction though. That's fiction. Trying to make Eazy look like he's soft or something like that. They said he was like Master P got mad when because Master P was friends with him in real life. Master P got mad when the movie came out. That's how they portrayed him. He's like, Eazy was a real street nigga. I knew him. That was my homie. That was a little bullshit. It was Dr. Dre saying all this and Ice Cube, but like they left a lot of stuff out. And Dr. Dre might try to make himself look tough in the movie. Like he got into a fight after that concert or whatever and got arrested. And Eazy had to bond him out. That's not what happened. He just kept getting arrested for like parking tickets.
I heard them motherfuckers was scared of Eazy. Both kids.
Eazy had like a lot. He had behind him. He had the guy who killed Tupac was like that was Eazy, like backed up Eazy.
Yeah, wasn't that
Keefy D, that was Eazy homie. Like so if something happened, they would have called those guys.
So basically, your dad.
Yeah. Oh, Keefy D, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, basically your dad.
My dad snitched on himself. Free my dad. I look like Keefy D. Southside, cuz. Southside, crib, cuz.
Oh, wait, hold up. Your father's in fucking jail now.
Yeah, Southside, crib, cuz.
Bitch.
Nigga, Southside, cuz.
Beat up.
He's in the court.
It was a Southside. We killed Tupac, nigga. R.I.P. Baby Lamb.
Yeah, don't let me tell the whole
You watch too many YouTube videos.
I want to learn a lot of information, motherfucker.
You better chill before I get the lanes in here.
Go ahead, tell them. Fuck the devil lanes.
It's wild when motherfuckers are taking credit for something that somebody else did.
Exactly. You see this shit? This nigga is cool the fuck out, Emil. Yo.
Who, me?
This nigga be making fun of black Americans and then proceed to just go like
I see. I have to learn that information. No, look, I read the history so I can use it against y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Hey, Kendall. Kendall,
you call me a monkey, that's fine. Ooh,
I mean, you are. I mean, shit.
Do you have TV?
The fuck you are?
Nah, I don't hate Black America. I'm just trolling. I'm done.
Yeah, he actually won't have a black girlfriend. I tried to hook him up one time too. He dropped the ball.
I fuck plenty of Black Americans. I have a kid with a black.
Yeah, it was this cutie he was chasing on Clubhouse. I think Angel might know because she used to be on that side, but we didn't talk about that.
I don't remember. There's a lot of women.
Yeah, I knew you the alley oop. I'm like, look, hey Knuckles, maybe you could get you some Black American pussy.
I fuck Black Americans.
Black American heck no.
I fuck plenty of Black Americans.
She was like, oh, back channel me, show me what you look like.
Where you from?
I'm from
He never
Indiana.
followed up.
Where?
Indiana.
No, where your family from? You say you from-
Nigeria.
Oh, you one of those? Okay.
Yeah, Christmas Nigeria.
I haven't been there in ages, but yeah, I would go there for Christmas. The only reason, no, I'm gonna be like that white dude. The white dude. Did y'all hear about that Russian dude? Fucking 2,000 women in Africa. Yeah, I'm gonna be like,
That was wild.
yeah, that's crazy. So I'm just gonna go out to Africa and just fuck hoes and come back. Well, I just got my passport like yesterday, so yeah.
Why do you need a passport?
Is the Nigerian community in Indiana close or tight?
Yeah, they know.
Hell no, they ain't. Them niggas is cool the fuck out. They all hate each other. They fight.
No. All the Nigerian doctors know each other. If you go to Gary, Indiana, on the block, like on every corner, there's an African doctor on every corner.
And no, they get along in America.
There's hella, yeah.
It's all about
No, them particular ones down there, them niggas is like the snooty kind. So them niggas, you know, like,
get along.
yeah, no, look. Them niggas be competing with each other and shit like that. Now, he talking about the Africans, but he failing to mention that the niggas that he trying to pretend are Nigerians, them is Kenyans. Like the Nigerians down there in Indiana.
I don't see Kenyans. I see like one Kenyan.
Yeah, the Kenyans be on the west.
Alright.
The Kenyans.
Wait, Agent P, where are you from?
I'm from Brazil. The Kenyans be on the west coast.
Oh, wow, you're Brazilian. Oh, you're Afro-Brazilian?
No, she
Yes,
Mexican.
ma'am.
Anyway, look.
Wait, so are the black people like mistreated in Brazil? Is it racist or some shit? Or
If
like,
you go to southern Brazil, it's
Look like
pretty
a
bad.
Mexican.
No, you'll get arrested though for racism in Brazil.
yeah, I saw that.
North side. The north side
they don't play that
is
shit.
pretty-
I have a friend who's half black. I have a friend who's half black, half black American, half Brazilian. He said he lived in Brazil for like they said the white people called him monkey. And like nigger and all.
Shit. Let me find out Agent is a Christmas Brazilian.
I've never been called that. I just haven't been called that on this app. That was by a black person, but
So
no.
wait, so go to North Brazil. Don't go to Southern Brazil. You said?
Yeah, don't ever go to southern Brazil. No.
Okay, I'll probably get into a fight or something.
So Agent, where you from? Bahia?
No, I'm from Ciudad de Almeida, which is on the like coastal shore and the like the eastern.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need a Brazilian.
You don't know.
Agent P, can I marry you?
Every Nigerian I know.
Exactly. He don't know what he did.
I didn't know it was a Brazilian here. I definitely want a Brazilian.
Around you.
What you need.
You better be careful what you ask for.
I definitely want a Brazilian chick. I'll go to Brazil, just live there.
Okay. You think they look sexy?
I think
you
every
think
black
you're gonna go to
person should go to Brazil. I think every black person should go.
I see the Yoruba culture there. They still have Yoruba traditions.
I think every black person from the diaspora should go to Brazil.
Yeah, I think every black person should go to Brazil. Yeah.
No wait. Nigeria is not the capital of the Yoruba culture. It's Brazil. It's Bahia, Brazil. It's the capital of the Yoruba.
Brazil and Nigeria have an interesting relationship.
And so does Trinidad and Yoruba culture. Trinidad and Yoruba culture is very heavy. It's very intertwined.
No, that's Tobago.
And Cuba.
Trust me.
There's like a dictator in Nigeria.
You want to trust me, Daddy?
Just like named Cardozo or something.
Kendo is claiming his Caribbean side today.
Oh, damn, you remember?
Oh man, Shadow, my brother Shadow was here. Sonic and Shadow. No, Knuckles and Shadow.
You see, another Christmas Nigerian. You guys be hanging out together.
So what's wrong with being a Christmas Nigerian?
One Nigerian pops up, several others are gonna pop
It's
up.
a joke.
Hey, Agent P, you know Seal, the singer Seal?
Yeah, he's from.
He's half
He's half Brazilian, right?
He's half Nigerian, half Brazilian.
thought he was
No, so he just all African. He basically African.
I thought he was Senegalese.
He's half Nigerian.
What are you talking about?
I don't know why is his face fucked up like that? Why does he have all those scars on him?
He had lupus.
He had lupus.
Oh, okay.
No, because he was born in Africa, right? And when he shot out the pussy, he got bit by a demon.
No, it was probably the scars. No, they put the tribal scars and it didn't work. He burned himself or something.
Yeah, the tribal scars isn't true. He had like an autoimmune disease.
Okay, he had lupus, you said? Okay.
I thought he just smoked too many cigarettes. You know how to like niggas don't like that when they smoke too many cigarettes. Anyway, hey, Sugar Belly come in here, she gonna pack you up.
Yeah, probably. She's Ebro, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. She said she can't wait to see you.
You know, I've been around her in the past. She don't say nothing to me.
Yeah, she do.
She does. No, can you be quiet? My old name is Femi. She like, can you be quiet, Femi? Can you be quiet, Knuckles? Like she talks all proper and shit.
Yeah.
I just remember when she said that Nigerian culture is closer to European culture than Black American culture. I'm like, girl.
It is.
Oh, Sugar Belly's weird. She was about to cry one time when some black American was trolling. She's like, oh, this is xenophobia from Black Americans. Can you do something about this, Margarita? Please. She was about to cry and shit. Like,
I like when she says, and you assume. I'm like,
and she's like, hey, y'all, wait, Kendall, have you ever been around this one Nigerian girl named, like, her name's Blue or some shit like that? She's like a snappy, bad attitude Nigerian chick. Yeah.
You know, I had it up. I went to war with all the after.
She's a baddie, but she's a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all you. I'm gonna put you on her. You might like this girl.
I don't wish.
Yeah.
I think Sugar Belly back, bro.
Oh man, she's crazy.
Wait, let's pull better African bitches, man.
Oh, you fuck African bitches? Good for you.
Whoa.
I didn't realize. Okay, so you don't hate Africans. Okay, I got you. You like the women. I got you.
I mean,
No, Nia Long.
That
bitch is fine.
Nia Long is not African. She's just Trinidadian.
Oh no, I'm thinking the other brother.
Lupita Nyong'o?
No.
Oh, but yeah, like Blue, she got money for real. Like she's from the village in Africa, but she got money. She paid her. She has a cyber shark. She paid her.
Ain't her people like some kind of like dignitaries down there too?
Her family ain't shit. She comes from nothing. She's just a fucking. She's a gold digger.
My parents are from.
She's a gold digger, scammer. She owns businesses. She knows how to fucking seduce men and all that shit.
She a Yahoo girl?
Yeah, she bought a cyber shark for. She paid full price for a cyber shark and shit. She has like 4 cars, dude. She has a Tesla, a cyber shark. She paid full price for all of them. She's a bitch though. She is a bitch.
I ain't seen her in years.
She's only 27.
Knuckles, why don't you get
Even
with her?
though.
Huh?
Why don't you get with her, Knuckles?
Oh, she got me blocked. She can't stand me. I said fuck Nigeria, and she flipped out.
Yeah, this crash out over Nigeria.
She's a bitch.
And Melody.
I don't know Melanie.
Oh, yes, you do know Melody.
I do?
Oh, you mean Mel?
Yeah, because she got us both kicked out of room, nigga, together.
Oh, I don't remember.
Are you talking about the Nigerian?
Nigeria
girls got bad
hold on. You see how Knuckles was just fighting earlier, right? So me and him was fighting in the room, and I was talking shit about Africa. He trying to defend Africa, right? Here comes the man hating. Look, they didn't give a fuck if he was defending Africa or not. They told Femi to shut the fuck up. We don't care what the fuck going on. So we started fighting. Look, hold on, Knuckles. We might have to just make a peace treaty and say fuck these bitches. So we started going in on them, and they kicked us out.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was funny.
They kicked us both the fuck out.
You talking about a Canadian
Nigerian?
Nigerian?
Hey, wait, Nightwing, you said you're from Wisconsin. I went to school in Wisconsin in Delafield. Do you know Delafield?
Oh yeah, I know Delafield.
I went to St. John's Northwestern Military Academy.
Wow, you went to St. John. You bad as fuck.
Yeah, something like that. No, it was just like.
Knuckles, did you drop out or did you actually
Oh yeah, I dropped out, man. I dropped out.
That's basically like a boarding school for badass kids.
Femi, how many times your parents threatened you to go? They send you to Nigeria.
They sent me to Nigeria junior year.
Wait, for how long though?
A year.
That's how you know this nigga, we don't listen, bro. That's
Yeah, I'm like, they said I'm fried or some shit like that. What's the word fried? I don't know.
I mean, my parents threatened to
this nigga could
a lot.
you said.
Yeah, that's what
They
we
never did.
You said they said that you were what?
No, just people on this app think I'm fried.
Yeah, fried in the Midwest is like how y'all say cooked over there.
I heard someone from New York said that.
Hey, uncles, isn't that how you eat your food, fried?
Yeah, but they be still in Chicago lingo.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were saying that in like the early 90s in Chicago.
It seemed like Chicago, the king of the Midwest.
Oh, yeah, Chicago's the capital of the Midwest. ATL's the capital of the South.
Kind of. It's like, it's the central meeting place.
It's the main city.
It's not hard.
I only said that to trigger him though.
AGP, what's your IG?
I don't deny it.
No, I'm gonna let you.
We
I don't
ain't.
I'm not a social media person.
We don't.
I don't see your face. I want to see how cute you are. You know what I'm saying? I see.
We not like a domineering city where we don't give a fuck about that shit.
You gonna show yourself?
You've seen me before from me.
I don't remember.
You have seen her.
I don't remember. I miss Tally. I miss her. Tell her, anybody who talks to her, tell her I love her.
You look like now.
I'm finna talk to her in a little bit.
Tell her I love her.
Knuckles, what do you look like?
No.
Hey, Sprinkler.
Don't talk to you, brother.
So, wait, Ray Abra, what Africans you talking about? You talking about like Thames or something, or? He ain't there. He hates me.
Come on, the Knuckles type.
The Knuckles side, that's funny.
Hey, Knuckles.
You know Knuckles is a echidna. Echidnas are the only mammals that lay eggs.
You said what?
Platypuses lay eggs too.
You said, yeah.
No, Knuckles is an echidna. He's the only mammal that was hatched out of an egg.
Platypus.
Platypus,
Too.
Yeah, they lay eggs too. Yeah, I forgot that one.
Knuckles, quit trying to act like you know about animals, nigga.
I don't know any. Knuckles is
Animal debate.
Knuckles is like he's a monostream, I think.
No.
He's not a hedgehog.
No, you're my son.
He's in the hedgehog family. He's not
a hedgehog.
What is Shadow then?
Shadow's a hedgehog.
Yeah,
What is Tails?
A fox.
Oh, he's a fox. What about the pink shit?
Knuckles, what are you, a gorilla?
I think she a fucking cat.
I'm a hermaphrodite now.
They got cats and bunnies and shit. When they start adding all them extra motherfuckers, I'm like, all right.
They need to add like a porcupine or something.
Yeah, Knuckles, do you believe that you came from apes?
Human beings are apes.
No, but like I'm saying, do you believe that you came from like a chimp?
No, not a chimp. We're related to them.
Yeah.
We branched out. We have a common ancestor.
Oh.
No, damn. He one of these evolutionary niggas too?
Yes.
Oh.
Don't tell me you're a Hebrew Israelite.
No. If that's the case, you believe we came from dinosaurs then, nigga.
I mean, humans evolved slowly. It took a while, millions of years.
Yeah, we were dinosaurs. Don't tell me. I keep catching these motherfuckers.
Yeah, human beings.
We evolution and shit.
We have a close genetic match with chimpanzees and bonobos.
No, you are the chimpanzee.
Femi, have you connected with your Uncle Otis?
What?
Uncle Otis?
No. What was that?
You don't know?
I don't know who that.
Otis.
I don't know who that is.
You know.
You do. You just.
Okay, I talked to like a bunch of people out here. I don't remember everybody.
You kind of sounds like this, Knuckles.
Is he Nigerian?
Yes.
Yes, that's why I said he's your uncle. Yes.
I don't know him.
Uncle Otis.
Oh man, Kendo, I be trolling on Twitter Space, and like there's like people like when I was trolling, people thought I was like they mistaken me for another Nigerian dude, but this Nigerian is a porn star. He this is how he sounds.
Yeah.
Thrillmonger. His name's Thrillmonger. He's like, hi guys, I'm Thrillmonger. Hi, yeah. He all his content is him fucking ugly ass white bitches like.
And I really like this brother.
Hi guys, I'm Thrillmonger.
That's gotta be like a terrible life. You just degrade yourself by fucking the ugliest of life.
He fucks mid ass white bitches. Not all of them are ugly, but like this is mid. Like they ain't spelled. Like he fucked up black American who and like she was eating his ass. Her name's Destiny Mira. She's bad. She's decent.
Yo.
She ate his asshole and shit. Like he's a
like, why do you know this? Like,
his content. Like when you follow porn stars. No, look. When you follow porn stars on Twitter, like you're gonna see his content. Like they're all connected to him.
Nah, I only follow
retweet his stuff.
Hey, yo.
All we need is school back in this room.
And so you just okay with looking at the dick, like?
Well, I mean, you're gonna see these bitches getting fucked anyway. Like, if you follow a porn star, you're gonna see her getting like playing with a dildo and then sucking dick and all that. Like,
Well, yeah, watching her play with a dildo ain't the same as like being alive.
if I follow Pinky,
nigga, like-
if I follow Pinky right now, you're gonna see her getting fucked like everywhere. That's just what it is. That's porn. Like, it doesn't make you gay. It's just like it makes you gay if you watch two guys fucking. But like, I mean, you want to see a bitch get fucked. You want to see how she looks when she's moaning and all that shit. You know, like how she sucks dick. You fantasize about that. Yeah.
This nigga freaked out.
Of course, I watch orgy movies like Ebony Orgy 4, Ebony Orgy 5. Of course, I do. Big blood Brazilian orgy. Of course, I watch that stuff. Duh. I want to see a booty bounce.
Outside.
hella freaky.
Yo, can somebody help him with this?
You niggas are hella freaky in here. Y'all going
So that's this nigga. That's just one nigga. Like,
Big blood Brazilian orgy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
ML went down to the
Orgy world, round and brown.
yo, agent, help him out. Like, he needs some.
Why didn't you like Ebony Orgy 1 through 3? You only said 4 and 5.
No, I like all of them. Obviously. Michelle, you know my favorite porn star, Michelle Tucker. She like 6 foot, got a fat ass.
Ooh, I don't even know who these people
Michelle
are.
Tucker.
This person.
Her name's Michelle Tucker.
Why's my phone Esther active? Michelle.
Michelle Tucker.
He's gonna say
Yo, Kendo.
That's a regular name too.
Yo, Knuckles, you forgot about Ghetto Gagger.
Oh, I don't like that. It's they're all sucking white dick and all that.
Hey, Kendo. Oh, you left?
Yeah, he left. He'll be right back though.
Hey, wait. Louis, do you got a PS5?
Fuck no.
The fuck you? What do you got?
Nothing. I gave my Xbox away. I've sworn away from video games. There's starting to be a bad. I was just like spending some time playing video games. I was like, fuck it, I got it.
Wait, you swore off of video games?
Pretty much, yeah.
Why?
Because I was consuming.
You soft.
I was so consumed with it. It would come down to like I'd rather play video games and like do other things. Nothing like it wasn't like getting detrimental, but I have this thing where I don't like feeling like trapped or like stuck with something. So just let me like kill it.
Nigga, you play chess.
I think
That's different, bro.
It's a more productive.
Chess is gay.
I think it's there's a
It doesn't make you smarter. I don't want to hear that bullshit, bro.
more. I'm not saying it makes you smarter. But you're definitely thinking, and that's like it promotes neuroplasticity for sure.
Not all thoughts are for
Video games don't promote neuroplasticity, though?
Yo, all thoughts aren't productive or like, you know,
They
like
are, but there's like
quality.
It's like candy. Like it's the experience of it is so over the top and enjoyable, and it like fires all those like dopamine receptors so much so that it's hard to like. Well, I play a couple chess games and I just put my phone down and like go about.
All right, I'm gonna send you the chess.
I would run a fucking literally for like 5 hour, 4 hour blocks of just my day, just like.
Yeah, you never heard of a stress test?
Yeah, I've taken a stress test.
No, but in regards to chess.
Yo, I respect crossword puzzles more than fucking chess.
I'm crying.
Look, bro.
Wait,
You never let him answer a
Like
question.
Louis, look, if you want to be the best at chess, bro, I suggest you do the stress test where you like what hand you right with?
Lefty.
You lefty. So beat your meat with your left hand and play chess with your right at the same time and see if you win.
hey man, yo,
Yeah, this nigga is freaked out.
I will burn you to the stake, you fucking piece of shit motherfucker, bro.
I thought he was about to say something.
Yeah,
I will burn
no,
this
but like,
motherfucker to the stake.
but again,
Fucking
like,
eat him, man.
you don't think it promotes neuroplasticity though?
I think it might, but I think, like I said, it's like the stimulus is too
It's overwhelming. Yeah.
dopamine intensive that like you can't just put it away. I think when it becomes like you're just spending copious amounts of time a day dedicated to like just.
What was your favorite game?
Call of Duty, Warzone.
Oh yeah, that can occupy a lot of your time.
Call of Duty is a fucking arcade game. It's not a real.
No, it's not. That's Fortnite.
Real niggas play Fortnite. Fuck out of
It's a
here.
real game.
Nah, real motherfuckers play Battlefield. Battlefield is real.
Yo, Jacobus, tell them. Real niggas play Fortnite.
Fortnite is like the dopamine. It's the same thing, too, but it's like more. It's a children's game. That's a kid's
Where
game.
we landing, niggas?
I don't like Fortnite. No.
Yeah, I don't like Fortnite either.
But yeah, Asian, I was playing a ton of Warzone, FIFA. It's pretty much more.
Wait, I'll send you the invite real quick.
Sports games though, like why not just go play the sport?
You don't have to sweat.
I do play the sport.
No.
Well, look.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can understand like swearing off sports games because it's just
If you play
you go outside and get some exercise instead of just.
No, but you don't want to eat.
Simulator.
You don't want
Well,
to
Shadow,
sweat.
if you actually participate in your sport, right? Like I box, right? And I play a boxing game. Is there something wrong with me playing the boxing?
I actually agree with that.
I want to play with a Muhammad Ali. I want to play as a George Foreman. You know,
I agree. I actually agree.
For the record, I didn't
I
say
actually agree with that.
I didn't say like people who play video games are doing something bad to play video games. I just was paying attention to like myself and the things that I noticed in my own behavior. And I'm like, all right, let me get ahead of this. And it was at a point where like it didn't really. I was like, okay, I'm not. I can. Sure, I don't need to do this. Like, sure, I like the game, but it's just all right. It was just like maybe like a few days. Damn, I really like Warzone.
Yeah.
Whatever. Carry on with whatever you're occupied with, and like that subsides eventually.
But I think video games are
Yeah.
going on.
playing the actual sports also more time consuming.
yeah.
Like you have to set it up, you have to hit people up. You gotta sometimes you have to location.
Yeah, but the
Like, I know-
there's more benefits than.
Obviously, yeah, but like.
Point. That's the point.
Yeah, but it's gonna consume way more time. Some people don't have the time.
I think the last
The
big
extra
game was like Tears of the Kingdom. I think that video games have kind of fallen off. I'm waiting for
They kind of
GTA.
have.
Yeah,
They
I'm
kinda
waiting for
have.
GTA.
Yeah, I will say this. I mean, as far as the production of video games in today's time, we don't have as many being pumped out because there's not as many second and first parties. You're only seeing third party games produce stuff, and they don't produce stuff in mass. Like you'll have like your
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're saying.
so you'll huh?
I said I don't know what you're saying.
That's bullshit.
So so you don't know what a third party game is?
I don't know what you mean by that. Like you're saying there are more third party games than franchise games?
Okay, so so my point is that there's not many independent games, and there's not many games being made in mass like in the PS2 generation, or even the generation like the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Nintendo Wii era. Like we don't have like that era, like the era that we used to have. They produce a lot of different games. Now it's like there's not. You're probably gonna get 50 games instead of like 100 to 200 games like we used to every year.
Bro,
So all
there
I'm
are
saying
so
is that
many games being put out every single day. It's insane. Like if you don't not paying attention to it.
if you're talking about like Steam Deck, if you're talking about like
I'm talking about Steam. I'm talking about just like PlayStation in general and Nintendo just put out games that they don't advertise and they're just out there. So it's kind of like insane that like how much content is put out and there's no marketing behind it. They just put it out.
I think it's a quality game. It's like for instance, like my favorite game was like Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes, I
And,
fucking love that shit.
Yeah, and it took forever to make, and then like GTA is by the time GTA comes out, we're gonna probably be in wheelchairs. At the nursing home. They're taking
It's supposed to drop this year, no?
That's what they said, but they keep pushing it back.
They're gonna put it back, yeah.
It's gonna come out later. This
One of the founders, I think like a founder died or something. And they,
But Rockstar has had a lot of controversy. Like the way they treat their employees is terrible.
It's a shit place to work. But what's it called? I've owned Red Dead Redemption 2 for I don't know how long.
Forever. That shit tough, nigga.
I never played it though.
Nigga, yo,
You have to play it.
That's my favorite game.
It was just one of those
You have to come out to play it.
Yeah, I'll probably. I mean, it's on my Microsoft account.
Yo, when they had that shit online, that shit was tough too.
Remember the games that they had online? Remember the Klansmen that came online and then people formed these games to kill them off on the online version? That shit was so...
That's what I'm saying. That shit was so tough, yo. But look, let me ask y'all this, yo. Y'all see how games is like you put a game on, you play it by yourself or whatever? Games wasn't initially meant to be like that. You were supposed to play with somebody. Like, before niggas was in the house playing games, niggas was outside playing games. And I believe y'all niggas have been so abused that y'all don't know how to play outside anymore. Like,
Louis, accept the invite, bro.
Like, if y'all niggas was forced to go outside and play a game, y'all wouldn't know what to do. Like, you wouldn't.
What games are you playing outside?
That's what I'm fucking telling you. Y'all niggas have been abused.
projecting.
Hopscotch.
Which is insane.
Double dutch.
Yo, he want to go play tag right now.
That's not what I'm saying, yo. Listen what I'm saying.
That was,
Y'all not listening. Y'all not listening. Hold on. Y'all not
You
listening.
put it near Stable Skeleton.
No,
This nigga want to throw snowballs.
y'all all stupid. Y'all all stupid.
Yo, I've literally never heard you say nigga.
Listen. So racist, nigga. Look at all. Look, games, right? It's meant to be, like, games are meant to be competitive.
Wait, Jacobus, what do your knees look like? You probably have some scuffed knees from playing outside.
Look. Let me be honest.
Hey, go skateboard, man. Go skateboard.
Not too much on skateboarding.
Oh my God, y'all niggas, yo. So look, games is meant to be competitive. So the idea of playing a game by yourself in your house, that shows your psychopathy and your neuroticism. That's number one. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is that when you would go outside, right, you would play games naturally with other people, be competitive, whether it be playing football or basketball or sport, you would play a game. And I'm saying that you niggas have been through so much trauma from life and whatever relationships that you no longer know how to play. Like, if you was to be put outside, you would be retarded.
You see people in their 40s play kickball? Are you saying people
Yo, I always thought about that, Jacobus. Like, imagine everybody in a room without their phones. You know what I'm saying? Without their phone. Like, nobody would really know how to socialize for real. I feel like
Did they not have Pac-Man in the 80s?
No, they did. But they did.
There's no
But
Mario
I'm talking about in
Brothers.
today's world, like, people without their phones, not knowing what's going on, not knowing, like what's happening, and like not knowing the people around them, like they just go insane. They would probably have anxiety, like crazy anxiety, because it just wouldn't.
Guess what?
Their brain would just malfunction.
Society evolves every decade.
Jacobus, are you part of a double?
I thought about scenarios.
Like, no, Violet hit something on the fucking head. Think of it like this, Violet. What would happen if you did take away their phone? They would be unable, and it would be impossible for these motherfuckers to sit still.
Like, if the U.S. was to ban the internet, y'all think people would go crazy? People would go insane.
I literally go find some of y'all and talk to y'all in real life.
Look at it like this: if you was to remove their phone, they wouldn't be able to they wouldn't be able to sit still. Look, they wouldn't be able to sit still. They couldn't stop fidgeting.
So what?
They would have to listen to music.
So what?
They would have to choose something to eat. Like these.
A lot of the young kids don't even know what a radio is. You understand? Like, what's a radio?
Yeah, so what?
Type shit.
Okay.
You know?
We would just
What are they losing out on?
like the
What are they losing out on?
Radio is a
You would have to pick up a hobby. You would have to pick up a hobby now. You know what I'm saying? Like writing.
Well, video killed the radio star.
Yeah, and so did Bluetooth, being able to just have audio at your demand, it's just crazy.
She didn't even get that reference.
Analog.
At first they had like radio stations, I believe, and then you had to like download illegally.
I mean, they do still have radio stations. I mean, we're not.
They do. But no. Like, I mean, yeah, of course they do.
She said it like it was fast.
They got the breakfast. No, I'm saying, but like, imagine asking like somebody, hey, like, you know, can you go turn on the radio? Like, imagine a 5-year-old, like, oh, like, go turn on the radio. What's a radio?
But you see, you act like, look, because like we wouldn't have like what the internet or something, that all other inventions like fucking fail.
Not saying that all inventions would fail, but like in a scenario where like you take away people's phones and they're forced to like think for themselves. You see how some people like they watch reels because the reels are what help them get their thoughts in order to be able to express themselves because they themselves can't even comprehend. Exactly. So there's nobody.
I definitely don't agree with that. Reels.
You might not relate to it, but it's true. A lot of people use their phones because they can't think for themselves, and that's why they.
Understand who you're describing.
What are you talking about?
I'm not talking. I'm talking about there's us. Like,
all right, hold on.
Why are you guys
Put a name on it. Here right now.
Like, who are you talking about? Your cousin. I'm talking about your cousin.
When you said reels,
I know your
that's why
cousin.
they love reels.
All right. Look, stop attacking her, yo.
I wasn't attacking
We're holding her accountable. We're not attacking her. We're not attacking her. We're holding her accountable.
How do you think you can hold me accountable? How?
To what you say.
In what capacity?
To what you say.
To what we're having a conversation. I'm not. You're not getting news from me. How you like? This isn't news.
Yes, it is. It's news.
How is it?
It's news that people use real.
You making a claim.
They do.
Like what?
Yeah, I ain't never heard that.
I ain't never heard that.
That's breaking news.
So because you've never heard of it.
Yo, change the title of the room. Breaking news.
Let me make it clear.
Yeah, you're not fucking funny.
Yeah, let me make it clear. Watch this. You're violent.
Thank you, Violet.
Yeah, you're not funny.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the compliment.
Yeah.
I appreciate you weighing in. Thank you.
No, whatever.
Thanks for playing. Go touch grass, Violet.
Your mother.
But it was an interesting.
Yo, Violet, hold on real quick. Let me just throw something out there. Yo, Violet, these niggas acting like you saying something foreign. They never heard of North Tolstoy when he said, bethink yourself. They never heard of Eric Fromm, a psychoanalyst, who says boredom is the reason for depression, that these niggas are unable to know themselves. So if you was to take away their phone, take away their TV, they didn't know what to do with themselves.
Oh, because there wasn't no boredom or depression before phones.
Are we ignoring the fact that there would be some type of depression after social media?
Yeah, there was depression before social media.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm talking. All right, but this is a different experience. Like, what the fuck?
I'm not attacking her. I'm not.
But you're being disingenuous. Like I'm asking you right now with the result of. I'm not talking about before social media, because it's not the same thing. We have now experienced social media. We have information at our fingertips. If we were to, and we have like freedom of speech at our fingertips as well. If we were to take away the freedom that social media gives us, don't you feel like there would be some type of depression? Don't you feel like there would be some type of anxious feeling within the human race? Okay, exactly. So why are we saying, okay, I gotta respond.
Hold on, let me respond. Alright, so there wouldn't be any new cases of depression because those people are already depressed with their phones.
Oh,
that's it.
God.
I'll give you the anxiety one though. I'll give you that. I'll grant you there'll be more shows of anxiety. I'll grant you that though.
People are anxious, but people are already anxious as well. So what? So what?
They'd be more anxious.
Like you're just. I don't know. I think you're just choosing which shoe fits at this point.
Let me tell you why that's bullshit, right? Because there's more people that are undiagnosed for mental illness than dumb niggas that are diagnosed. So if you were
you know what? Exactly. And if we were to remove those phones, I mean, you got autistic people walking. I see parents come in. Parents, they can't communicate. Like they can't speak. Their face is just in their phone the entire time. It's like you would think that they just on crack or they just hypnotized, got a USB up their ass or what? But like they won't speak. Hi, what are you here for? Well, check. All right, I'm touching your child. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying that if we were to take these things away, people would be forced to have to work for certain things, and they would, that privilege of like not being able to, not having to, like you wouldn't be able to use ChatGPT to, figure out how you feel about shit, or watch a reel to go and see how you feel.
It ain't but 2 years old. What are we doing?
I don't know what you're doing. I'm having a conversation.
He's attacking you based upon your thoughts.
Yeah, it's just but yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting. It's really interesting to think about. It's really interesting to think about how humans would react if they were taken away that privilege of being able to post on Twitter and express how you feel. We would have people standing up. There would be protests. There would be little secret societies here and there. Like people would start going back to shit like that. And that's crazy. It would be like group chats amongst different communities. People would be more family oriented. I feel like there would also be less cheating within marriages. Maybe not.
Violet, I'm in C-Town right now, right?
To actually communicate with each other, right?
Violet, I'm in
It would
C-Town.
change the economy because now you're not even able to make money online. That would include eBay.
Right.
Imagine.
Are y'all over 25 years old or not?
I'm 28.
Oh, okay. So you don't know there was a whole world. There was a whole world before the internet.
All right, yeah, there was a whole world before the internet. Okay, there was also a world before the car. I don't think we would have been that. There's a different experience of losing after you've experienced having something. So if you have something and then you lose it, it's like, oh shit, I know what it feels to not have that thing. But if you don't have that thing to begin with, you obviously don't or have never experienced that depression or that anxiety of not having that thing because you haven't experienced it. What are we talking about?
That's what you never had.
It's the same thing. Exactly. So what we cannot say that this type of depression experience was existed back then, or this type of disadvantage existed back then, because it didn't. It didn't. This would be a different type of loss.
It's
a different type of experience.
Yeah, what she's talking about is like a
It's different.
Would crash.
Hold on, let other people withdraw. So, look. What she's talking about is the closed society method, where it's like everything kind of get more homogenous by like cutting off internet zones and shit like that. And we've seen that before. I don't get, like, maybe you're saying it and describing it like as far as this era is concerned, like if the shit happened tomorrow, okay, that's fair. It's just like saying like another COVID, but like this is like a reverse COVID, to where like now people gotta like get off the internet instead of get on it and shit like that.
Add me to the queue too.
Like I feel like
it's all good. It's all good. Hold on. We're saying that we've seen something close like that before, and it's just like a generation ago that wasn't too far away. Like that's what it'll almost look like.
All right, I want to say this, yo. I'm gonna give an analogy before I begin. Just because I bring food in the house and put it in the fridge doesn't mean I'll say that's mine, and everybody else can't eat it, right? So basically, what I'm telling y'all is, I brought this conversation up to show that there's a lot of antisocial niggas in this room who started attacking people as soon as they told them to go outside. They felt like it was an attack upon their personality, their characteristics, and their nature. So basically what I'm telling you is that these individuals, they don't want to go outside. They don't want to go outside to play because it's much safer to be at home. There's no wolves inside the bathroom. There's no lions or tigers under the bed. So it feels much safer to be in their home. They don't want to play games with people. Because when you play with people, you risk stuff. And that risky business, they don't want that. But they don't understand that through competition, men drive. Men become better men. So when these weak men say, I don't want to go outside because it's lying in the road, like the book of Proverbs says, that is a lazy man. It's not a fearful man, but a lazy one. See, what makes a lazy man is an idle man. What makes a lazy man is an idle man. For to be bored is the inactivity of your productive powers. So when we have these men who want to be in the house, they are paralyzed. And sometimes it is based on fear, like a phobia, because phobia stops you from doing. And that's what these individuals are. They're a bunch of do-nothing, no-doers. They good-for-nothing niggas.
Yo, it was on CEO, but he left. So you want to go wrong?
Jacob is big.
Nah, I just feel like there would also be like more crime too. I mean, and I get it, Kendall. Like I get it. Like this has existed, right?
More crime. Niggas
but
on the internet don't be committing crime in real life.
We killed them niggas violent. We whooped their ass violent.
No, but I think your generation would be used to it, or you know, maybe my generation, right? My generation, because I did grow up in the times where you know I had to like use a landline to call my friend down the block, you know, if I wanted to, or like you know, like or we didn't have nothing else to do but go outside. If you didn't have a Nintendo or some dope ass toys, like you was gonna have to go outside or be able to go to a friend's house.
Get a bag of water balloons.
Or get some water balloons or play outside. Like I grew up. You know, I remember when my mom got her first. When my mom got her first flip phone, I knew it was over. Like a lot of parents distance themselves from their kids once that phone came out. You know what I'm saying? And it started right then and there, where it was like every day you on the BlackBerry. You know, just
so I think it'll look like this. Does it look? And I'm not saying like because I see what you're saying as far as like how the internet help people think, and I think it's just like how they process information by using the tools that's on the internet. I don't think that's like people thinking for them. I just think that they utilize in like certain avenues to get to certain information. But what I say is this, right? Like me, if I like, let's just say everything cut off right now. Like I know the niggas that I can pull up on. You know what I'm saying? And actually walk in their house and open their refrigerator. I can go in these niggas' fit now. Am I gonna do this? No, of course I'm gonna do it with like a certain level of decorum and like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But I know there's like people that fuck with me that like, hey, if I'm gonna just go in there and get you something to eat, boy, don't just be sitting here hungry and shit. Otherwise, you know, and I think that all of y'all probably know people like that too. I'm just gonna assume that, right? Like y'all know who y'all can just pull up on and knock on their door. Now for the people that you will want to get in contact with and shit like that, you know, we call it the watering hole method. We're like, hey, everybody know where the watering hole finna be, the mutual ground, where you know that this motherfucking character is finna eventually be in this spot. So if I can't pull up on your house or at your crib and shit like that, well, eventually you gotta come here. You know what I'm saying? And so motherfuckers will go, you know, towards that. Like they know where to meet motherfuckers up at and, you know, hang out with them that way. I mean, if you know your friends like that, like, I don't know, like, I don't know, questions like this kind of make me wonder what kind of friends you niggas got sometimes. And knew y'all be outside. Cause I'm finna be outside today. We're going to play darts.
I'm going outside right now.
there's a hot air balloon festival happening, so I'm gonna go and see that. It's not fall.
Do you niggas know how to play darts and shit?
Yes, I know how to play darts. I'm from Brooklyn. I've been to dart bars in Brooklyn, okay? I know how to whoop ass in some motherfucker.
Like, are you like a
Beers and cashews.
or
Beer and cat.
You ever Kendall, you played TV tag?
TV tag? What's that?
When you're playing tag, but right before you get tagged, if you go to one knee and say a TV show, you can't be tagged.
So, what's your name?
What the fuck?
Yo, Tim.
That's really a game out there?
It's a teleport game. But
oh, shit.
Yo, Tim, my nigga. Yo, my nigga, them niggas got me mad yesterday. Yo, bro, I told you, I was thinking for like 6 or 7 months about that shit. Like, one of the thoughts that come up in here now and then. And when you said fucking playtime, bro, I understand this right here, my nigga. It is impossible to observe something and measure it. Because like Cora said yesterday, the momentum and the speed, you can't do the shit at the same time. So anything, if you try to measure something, it has to be approximate. Now, when that nigga Alejandro started coming at you, talk about divisible, like Oleg said, all I heard was that Zeno paradox. And you know that nigga wrong, because when you put it, like in theory, it makes sense. But when you put that shit in practicality, that nigga not gonna be walking halfway toward the wall the whole of his fucking life, because you want to divide that shit. So therefore, if you want to measure something in time, you would have to use something like prime time, which is basically an approximate. So these niggas is wrong, nigga. And then, nigga, I was thinking about that fucking I ain't gonna front. I was thinking about this. I was thinking about gravity and light, right? So if there was no, say like, if we didn't have no light in the room, everything would be dark, right? So therefore, you can't see nothing. Like light is the medium, but if there was no light, everything, like matter in itself, is invisible.
Okay, so what you're saying is like true, but the way you're saying it makes me just want to disagree with you. Yeah.
I know. It's because I'm black.
That was the second reason.
But yeah, that shit got me thinking, bro. I fuck with that shit. That shit even got me thinking about the gravity shit.
That, you know what that debate is?
Gravitons.
Jacobus, that's the old Herodotus versus Aristophanes debate.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Jacobus. He knows who Aristophanes is, so you better be ready. Because just the fact that he knows who he is, you better come back
Not
with
so
something.
many niggas know who that motherfucker is,
Yeah,
right?
anytime I talk about
Herodotus ended up being more famous.
I call him Herodotus. That nigga
No,
like
no, you know what happens when you say his
yeah.
name and people don't know? Someone goes, you mean Eratosthenes? Or Aristotle. And you're like, no.
Yeah. Eratosthenes.
What's his name?
You guys Aristotle, right?
Fucking old man.
Let's just say smart. You know what we do? Let's name smart people so we seem smart. You know what I mean?
George Bush. Oh shit.
He said strategery.
Al Gore.
Yo, so I ain't gonna front. I don't know how to feel about this. I heard Epstein in an interview, right? And niggas asked him, hey, bro. He said, do you know Jean Bertrand? And this nigga said, how you spell it, right? And I ain't gonna front, bro. That was the most funniest shit I ever heard. Because the lawyer said, you know who the fuck I'm talking about? He was at your house yesterday. And this nigga did it again. He said, but how you spell it? How you spell it? And then when the nigga spelled it, the nigga said, all right, yo, yeah, so based upon my 5th, 4th, and 5th, 6th Amendment, I don't want to lose my right to counsel, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I said, yeah, son, I'm gonna do that. You ask me something that I know is gonna put me in the shit, I'm gonna be like, how you spell that? How you spell that? Because if you spell that shit wrong, that's my scapegoat. That's not what I was talking about. I said, yo, I love this Jew talk. This Jew talk is everything, bro. This Jew talk.
Did you watch the Les Wexner deposition?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that nigga funny. That nigga, he's a wordy nigga. It's like, we know like niggas like that on here. Who, if you ask them a question, yo, was it red? Was it the sky blue outside? You know, it was raining and it was cloudy, and then for the whole week it left us like that. But yesterday, it sort of was blue, and that's all he was doing. He was really enjoying the interview, and I felt like that lawyer did him dirty. Nigga said, you answered another wordy question.
He said, if you answer another question with more than 5 words, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, like
Kill you.
yeah, he said I'm gonna bro. And did he know he was hot linking?
Bro, I don't know, but the first question, or not the first question, really like the 3rd or 4th. But he snitches right away. He's like, how'd you meet Jeffrey Epstein? He's like, yeah, I pulled up with, what was it, Bobber and fucking...
Yo, bro, but isn't that the second time? Isn't that the second time that happened? Remember the lawyer, he basically saying, yo, I don't want to lose my right of counsel. This nigga would have lost his right of counsel if he would have kept doing that shit. They would have gave that nigga up. So basically, I ain't gonna front, bro. That shit looking like, that lawyer is a secondary lawyer. Like, he only being a lawyer for collateral damage, it look like.
That dude gave the most money to Epstein, and that dude was sitting there like, nah, I never saw anything. I never did anything. It's almost impossible. It's possible.
He said Epstein was a trustee at his motherfucking whatever little business ventures that nigga had. And they like, yo, if he was a trustee, was he making executive calls? No. Didn't you do an investigation on it that said he was? Yeah, but it wasn't concluded. And yo, I said, nah, son. This nigga, they Jewed these niggas. They Jewed them well, and they Jewed them good. Like, how many times we do it in government, bro? The United States, we want to defend someone we're not supposed to defend. We want to, you know.
Hello?
She's alive.
What's going on in here?
Yeah, who's that in your PTR? Why is that your PTR?
This guy.
That's Ryan.
Comedian. He's
Yeah.
a comedian.
No, I know who it is.
If I'm being quite honest, this is what I imagine concrete looks like. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I don't know. I thought this picture was funny, so I posted it.
It is funny.
Isn't it? He is funny. He's a funny guy.
But you are right about me being right, though.
What are these thingies? I got on my profile, it says 97 karma. What does that mean? Do y'all know what that means? What is this shit?
I'm pretty sure it explains it. I'm not really.
Jacoby has top 2% karma. Dawn has top 20. You have top 5. I don't know if you knew that, Louis. What the fuck is this?
Engagements, like if you're invited to rooms, how you're speaking,
Okay.
even down to like negativity, stuff like that. If you're dropped or kicked, it affects it negatively, stuff like that. Hi, Sunshine.
Hello, Dawn. How are you, baby girl?
Good, how are you?
I'm so good.
Yeah, my guy.
Wait, you said your score is what?
Is 97. It says 97. 97 points. I need 242 points to get to top 20. I don't know what this means.
I don't understand the reason for it, either.
Because it's popularity rather than just how many friends you have. Like, this is my old account, right? So when they did this karma thing a couple days ago, I logged out of the account, my second account that I had been using, and I logged back to this account, and I had stopped using this account because I can't change the fucking picture, right?
All right, yo.
And so when I logged into this account, it told me I was top 20%, right? And I thought that's strange because I haven't even been on this account for like 6 months or longer. So it is kind of strange. But the other account, I'm like top 10% or 5%.
Yo, Tim, make this shit clear to me, Tim. You understand dark energy is like the universe expanding constantly, correct?
Yes.
Now, do you agree now that the Big Bang was the initial expansion?
Well, the Big Bang. So the definition of the Big Bang is always misunderstood. The
It was
Big
an
Bang,
expansion, though, legally.
it is the expansion.
Correct. So
We're still expanding. We're still banging.
So if this was outside of time and space, right? Part of it was in space, part of time, right? Will we say that I hate to say it like this, the Big Bang is continually happening, and that
We're
creation,
still banging. Yes.
right? And that the creation aspect of it is still creating, meaning God the Father is still working until this very day.
No.
Yes.
Well, no, because science, when we're talking about this, there's no purpose behind it.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm going to predict.
But God would have a purpose.
Explain the unexplainable.
Yeah, that's fine. But it's two different categories because theologically, there's purpose behind things, whereas science doesn't state a purpose. There's no like survival of the fittest. Is also misunderstood. It's not about the strongest, like when people say. It's about the organism being able to replicate itself. So like
And-
flies,
alright.
flies are fit.
Now,
We're fit.
these organisms, would you say it consists of multiple complicated systems?
Well, no, the first one would have had a very simplistic system, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Right. So these complicated systems can only be understood through interdisciplinary studies.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever you're studying has nothing to do with.
So look at it like this, right? You know how you go to a doctor? Go ahead. You remember what your boy Epstein said? You got a pussy doctor, you got a head doctor, you got a back doctor, or bone doctor, orthopedist, whatever the fuck that is.
I don't remember when my boy Epstein said that, but I'll look.
All right, so basically, there's a system for everything. You go to doctor, you gotta go to neurology for your head. A pussy itch, you gotta go to gynecologist. There's no one doctor that know everything, nigga. Right?
Yeah.
So it's you need interdisciplinary studies. Somebody who knows a little bit of this, somebody who knows a little bit of that. The shit Aristotle was doing when he was able to speak on animals, the substances of the world and different things while looking at different fields of study from a little microscopic lens. Now, one would say that he's a jack of all trades. That's basically what I'm telling you. You need to be a jack of all trades to basically understand the simplest parts of these complicated systems.
Not really. You just have to observe something and then ask the question why, and then concentrate on just that why. You don't have to do any inter silliness. You just have to ask the question why. Back in the day,
Why not start with an axiom instead of asking
I
why?
don't know what that means. Well, I don't mean why as in like X times Y, X and Y. I mean why like.
The world doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Why is that starting? And then you figure it out, and then you measure it. But it sounds like you think I'm right about whatever we're talking about right now.
Yeah,
So I'm not sure
because a lot of people don't. We're all confused right now.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to explain the unexplainable and predict the unpredictable.
I have a question.
When Mike got charged.
Specifically for Jacobus.
Yes, my love. That's my love.
If there were one movie that you could see for the rest of your life, and it's only this one movie, which movie would you choose?
Dirty fucking dancing, nigga. Nobody puts baby in the Nobody.
I don't know why, but it's shocking. That's shocking. So you would pick Dirty Dancing.
Because I'm a lover, not a fighter.
So, I just had a question. Did Joe ever come back and offer the evidence that Trump was on Epstein's plane to the island?
What Dirty Dancing? Have Ed and I?
No, you
Hold on, I gotta know.
There's no evidence of that. Who said there's evidence of that?
Girl.
Hey, good job too, Brad. Hey, I think we did damage to him.
Yeah, he came in here saying that, like, the pedophile thing, Epstein, the whole rigmarole, and I'm like, you guys just had a huge scandal involving 500 kids about exploitation and assault in your government systems, and somehow you're thinking you're innocent on this?
Wait, did you see me list the Canadians that was in there? The fuck he thought it was, bitch. No, y'all is, and this is what I'm starting to notice about the Canadians that specifically on this app. Like, it's a couple that's cool, but like a lot of them just be like rambling like bullshit that they pick up from like the podcasts and like talk show hosts and shit like that, and they just lean on that. They be like, "Oh, America's bad because of this," instead of looking in their own backyard. Like, whatever, y'all just want to be in our business.
Like I said, I've never gone to a room to discuss Canadian politics. And even when we do talk about Canada, it's like short-lived. It's 15 minutes. The amount of time that Canada is actually mentioned in the world in a year is probably 15 minutes.
Bro, it's not that even important of a place, bro.
I mean, if you can't play hockey, if you can't play hockey and win the gold, then I mean, you should just sit down and shut up.
Nike, you don't want to say that?
Oh yeah, yo, I forgot to rub it in his face that we beat them, bro. Fuck.
You don't want to save these people. We're on the same boat, nigga.
Yeah, but
We ain't
Save
on
us.
the same fucking boat.
Yes.
What? Well, then you go to Canada. Take your little Mexican ass to Canada then, bitch. Shit.
Well, save the smart ones. We do save the Nazis.
None of them are smart.
What does that even mean?
There might be one or two.
No, none of them are. They just good at being comedians, and that's it.
Name a smart Canadian.
No, the Canadians do have some all-time great comedians.
Exactly.
Norm Macdonald, but you know why though? Canada's they're like silly. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah, they're silly. Like they fucking really like real life
They're just silly up there.
So it's like it makes sense. Look, this is what I always call Canada on like Clubhouse. I call Canada Disneyland, bro. Cause it's a bunch of fucking like cartoon characters. You know, like that rumor about like how Australia got like, you know, actors and shit like that. No, I think that shit is supposed to go to Canada instead of Australia. I'm not playing. Cause they gotta be joking.
Do you remember the show Kids in the Hall? Those four silly Canadian dudes?
I remember it.
That's like one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah, I didn't have them kind of white friends that showed me shows like that.
Bro, it's truly like a silly little land. I go there twice a year. I fucking love it there, actually. It's nice, but
I'm sorry, fellas, but you're wrong. Canada is very
He's not
important.
sorry.
I love Canada.
Oh, here come this contrary.
One second. I know. I hate to break up your Canada bashing festival.
Okay.
Your annual festival, your weekly, your daily Canada bashing festival. But unfortunately, Canada is a big major part of our oil, the black gold. So put some respect on their name.
Nah, yeah, we don't need no more.
Lumber.
Lumber too.
All right, well, lumber, maybe.
51st state?
Lumber,
We're
maybe.
talking about the 51st state?
Yeah, because they got more arable land and wood than, you know what I'm saying? And you're not going to beat me in this conversation. This is my market territory, right? So, far as just like processable wood and stuff like that, sure, right? But it's not like we can't connect with other motherfuckers and get that same shit. Like, what are you talking about? We're gonna take their shit too. The fuck is we talking about?
We are kind of taking it, Kendo. They just don't realize they're the 51st state. We just don't allow them to vote or have any voice.
Yeah, and they should. We should treat them bitches like Puerto Rico. We should make them a penal colony. You know what I'm saying? To where they just get to watch our elections and maybe come over here to visit sometimes, but that's it. They shouldn't really get no goddamn power. You know, they should probably have like their own little states, pretend government, you know, like they already got and shit like that, so they can just like appease the people. But other than that, you know, control all their resources, you know, fuck their women, you know. Yeah.
Damn, you just want to fuck them. Jesus, holy.
They not tough. They don't matter to the world. They just cry like bitches. Like, we could, look, as far as the oil shit and all that other shit, man, so what?
What you mean, so what? The fuck?
So what? They wouldn't have electricity if it wasn't for us. Remember where Westinghouse and shit like that came from? Yeah. They owe that to us.
Congress
That's
can't do
American,
anything with their oil anyway because they have to rely on U.S. Entities to actually process it, refine it. They need us to actually transport it because they don't have any infrastructure to transport it through. It has to go through 3 and 4 of our states, depending on which one you're going to go with. And their oil is not the one that we pump into our cars. It's a different type. So we have to do a lot of processing it, and you know, they really don't do anything. They're like, oh, here, come in here, Exxon, pump it out of the ground. We're going to do it. We're going to give you workers. And then, you know, they brag like they're exporting it, but really we do all the work, we do all the funding, and we do all the transportation and the processing.
You know why we went over there, right? It's a strategic spot for war. Fuck the oil. We don't care about the oil.
Canada?
We have Saudi Arabia for that.
No one's going to fight in Canada.
No, on top of Venezuela.
Tim, are you okay?
Who's gonna fight in Canada? Like, who's gonna really go toe to toe with Dudley Do Right? I mean, seriously, they're not even worth it.
We already own that shit. We just, I'm not saying that publicly.
Yeah, because then we have to actually like do more for them. And as far as their women, I mean, I don't know. When's the last time you saw Miss Canada as Miss Universe or something like that? I mean, they're not.
Wait, hold on now, Brad. Yo, that was crazy. That was crazy. Hey, look. I ain't talking about no world stage bitches and shit like that, right? They're cool. Yeah, I hear you on that. But hey, they low key got some. Hey, they got some sleeper cell sexy bitches up there. I tell you, bro. They ass lickable.
You're crazy.
I
mean, if I shaved a polar bear, and basically it would look the same as a wig. I mean, come on.
Let's not forget that Pamela Anderson came from there. They got some,
But she had an American doctor work on her. See what I mean? They can't even export hot women. We have to fix it.
Oh, of course. That's what we got to do to them all.
We
to fix her upper country.
Nigga, since you say that, I can't stop thinking about 28 years later when the nigga was dancing with a zombie. Like, that shit fucked my head up, bro. This nigga was a doctor to everybody. To the schizophrenics, to the zombies, to the fucking mothers and little kids. I was like, yo, this nigga went and danced with a butt naked zombie. I was like, yo, I thought that was it. That's all I needed to expound my realm of thinking, right? And then my kids came over and I said, yo, let me put a zombie movie for these niggas. Guess the name of the movie I put on? Zoobies. You know, like a zoo? Imagine zoo animals becoming zombies. This shit is called Zoobies. It's fucking fuck up my head. What the fuck is a zombie? What the fuck is it? Zootopia, nigga?
No, this is you've been around them kids. You gotta get out the house, Jacoby. That's what it is. That's what you gotta get out.
Imagine zombies and zoo animals, and the zoo animals become zombies, so they call it zoobies. And I was like, zoobies.
Yo,
that shit is fucking creative. Nigga said zoobies. Yo, that shit got me bugging, son. I had to smoke after watching that shit. I said, nah, I ain't watching no more of this shit. I said, he's like, oh, this is scary.
Wait, Concrete, you there? I gotta ask him this question.
No, nigga, I'm not here.
Oh, yeah, you there.
It's
so, no, real talk. Hey, do you think that the whole world is entitled to America's charity?
Man, get the fuck out of here with that fucking retarded ass American exceptionalism bullshit. Brother, if you look at America, America is benefiting from everybody. You don't live, you're not by yourself.
No. I never
what happens? Well, obviously, if you are in a situation where you keep taking, what you might be calling charity when a nigga say, hey, what about me? Might just be reciprocity. So it depends on the case that you're talking. You like that word, right? Reciprocity, nigga. You don't like that word. Reciprocity, nigga.
Reciprocation is, hey, nigga, look. Okay, so, like, let's just say Iraq. You're kind of familiar with what we did there.
Yeah, y'all plundered. Fucking pirate ass, bullshit ass.
So are we entitled to kind of like fix up their society and kind of like
yes,
like that?
Yes. See, as the Spanish would say.
Okay.
Dankeschön. I think there's another damn way.
I disagree.
What's the basis of your disagreement?
The basis of my disagreement is there are certain places that just they're gonna recycle, their own karma throughout the ages that pre-existed before we did. So why they receiving what they're receiving, we do not know. But we know that we need to eliminate that shit and like, hey, hard reset, try again, bro. See y'all in like 200 years.
If you think they're the only ones called the karma, then you're mistaken.
But look, I'm not saying that can't be applied to us too. You know what I'm saying? At least I'm fair with that.
That's the problem. I live in a country with a bunch of niggas that lack perspective, karmic perspective, historical perspective, power dynamic perspectives. Listening to y'all niggas make me crazy because how many people like y'all living operating in the big decision-making spheres and they're saying the same fucking shit?
Read the Epstein files. You don't think shit. Fuck. Hell yeah, it's a lot of motherfuckers. It's more people that's more aligned and thinking like me than you that's at the fucking top. Like it or not. Hey, bro, look, listen. I'm afraid that this is, I believe in our capitalism, and I side with our good and our bad. I trust in our tyranny. The shit that we do to other countries when we go and fuck them shithole places up, good. Fuck it.
Yeah, because some of them come out like concrete, so we got to. I ain't gonna look.
Watch out, my sweetheart.
All right, so who's next? What country are we cooking next?
Where's she will go? Listen.
Somalians.
Somalians.
No, Burkina Faso.
What happened? Where'd Sugar Wugga go?
Oh, she ran.
She left.
She don't want that.
When was she here? Was here today? We need to get her.
When was she here?
We need to get her. We need to get her.
Right there.
Thank you, Sugar Wugga. Damn, she blessed us.
Somebody tell Tim he need to change his name. I got meta niggas around here. I don't need them asking why is niggas around here called Tim Wolf.
We need to put a GPS tracker on Sugar Wugga so we know where she at. Remember when they had that like Santa Claus tracker?
No, she don't.
We need a Sugar Wugga tracker. Where is she?
Sugar Wugga tracker. And we need the little countdown shit. You know what? I could dig that.
I wonder if they call.
The wolves are howling, Sugar Bet.
Sugar Wugga.
Is Sugar Wugga just like an American?
Well, man, I was looking for her earlier too. We had a lot of Christmas Nigerians in here. And
What's the Christmas Nigerian? Is it like a cafeteria Muslim? Is it kind of similar to like that?
No, so it's what I call Nigerians who, and they don't like it, but I call them that anyway. It's what I call Nigerians who predominantly live abroad, and they always like kind of want to rep Nigeria, but in this very superficial way. And so they get all their Nigerian culture like by osmosis from like eating jollof rice and shouting like Nigeria they carry last, but they don't actually do anything about the country, and they only go to Nigeria for 2 weeks at Christmas or 2 weeks like during Ramadan, and so I call them Christmas Nigerians.
yeah, they don't care about the GDP or none of that shit or do nothing to add to it, but they do know a couple Mr. Easy songs and shit like that.
Yeah, like especially like Afrobeats and stuff like that. But like they don't actually know anything about the culture. They don't actually speak the languages. They just, like sing, I guess, Burna Boy songs or whatever. And
Hey, we love Akon. Akon.
And then they go, during December for like Dirty December, and that's the extent of it.
Like nobody really cares about a colony. Like a colony is just an actual piece of representation of the real thing. So when we look at West Africans, they originally came out of East Africa. These ain't nothing but watered down Ethiopians, washed down Egyptians, something a waste of its former glory, if you could be exact. If you ever had iced tea and put a lot of water in it, the shit no longer is sweet. That is what we see when we see the Nigerians and the rest of the West Africans.
Jacobus, you're a couple days too late because we already had this whole argument with, I think it was Amadi can't remember, it was him and like some other person, and like he tried to put forward this argument, and unfortunately for him, a bunch of Nigerians had followed me into this room, so it was like very vicious, and we already had this whole argument. So
I wasn't there for your failures. I wasn't there for
no,
your
no,
failures.
yeah, that's fine, but like, you know, you're entitled to your delusions like everybody else is. Like, no harm, no foul.
Nigerians sound like they're singing when they talk. You know what I mean?
Because a lot of the languages are tonal. That's the reason why.
Because they used to be shepherds.
They
They used to sing in the sugar belly.
Kadu Kekime Inasuibo.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know.
They just sound like. Let me speak. Yeah, they speak like.
Yeah, don't see what she talking about, yeah.
You know what I found, Nico? I'm not speaking Nigerian. There's no such thing as Nigerian.
Yeah, something else, man.
What do you want me to say though?
Somebody give me words going back and forth.
Where's the library? Like, did you say where's the library?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kauna Edeba alcohol.
Okay.
No, I can speak Nigerian too. Watch this. It's just a belly.
Let's hear
it. You my.
What the What's that? I'm sorry, like, what did you think you were trying to say?
What the fuck?
The only thing I heard there was bulala. The only thing I heard there is bulala, which
yeah, there you go. That's all you needed to.
Which alternatively means whip or penis. So
that's crazy.
Both.
Right. Magic words.
It's a 2 in 1.
That's magic. That's a miracle.
Thank you, Mrs. I think Igbo is a pretty language. Although the way like a lot of Igbo people speak it is not pretty, but and I think a lot of them don't like that the kind of Igbo I speak is pretty, but I don't care. It's like better than theirs.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't sound so pretty, but I think it has to do with your voice, right? And so
yeah, but it also has to do with the fact. Okay, so all right, so this is like a cheat code to piss off Nigerians who are Igbo specifically. All you have to do is
put you on. Don't say.
Don't say. What do you think about?
No. We need that. We need that.
Dang, are you not? Is Kang Nigerian?
Huh? What?
Kang, you Nigerian?
Yeah, I'm telling you all the secrets to like piss them off. So there's many different kinds of Nigerians because there's like hundreds of different ethnic groups and everybody's very different and stuff. But I think people in the West know the big ethnic groups because there's like tens of millions of us, right? So there's 33 million Igbo people. There's like 35 million Yoruba people. There's like 40-something million Hausa people, and then everybody else has like a lower population. So I think of all the ones that you encounter in the West, it's usually one of these three groups. Although the Hausas, there are Hausas in America. There's a lot of them in Miami, but you mostly find them in Britain and in the Middle East. They're not very common in America. So anyway, long story short, my point is, if you want to piss off a Nigerian who's Igbo specifically, the next time you hear them say anything in Igbo, just ask them, oh, is that Chalo Walo Igbo or is that Cherawara Igbo? And they will start screaming like a monkey.
Sugar belly, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. So my baby mother African, right? But they from like Sierra Leone. That's different.
Yeah, that's
but a lot of the niggas, right? A lot of the niggas, they treat. I'm not saying this in good connotation. They treat the Fulani like they Jews. Like they say, like they take advantage of them, and like they shiesty, and like they money people. Fulani like that.
So the reason why lots of people in Africa have problems with Fulani people is because you kind of have to understand the structure of like how Fulani people kind of exist in the world, right? So Fulanis are a large but highly diverse ethnic group that is geographically spread laterally, so west to east.
Who would you compare
right?
them to? So I can have like a visual.
Yeah, so the best comparison for Fulanese is actually Maasai, Kenyan, or Samburu people. And what they have in common with these groups is that they're both cattle herders. Like they're nomadic cattle herders. So not only do they have like, you know, tens of thousands, if not millions of cattle, but they don't have a fixed address where they live. They just move where their cows move, and they move to where their cows can eat and like do well. Not all Fulanis are like this. So like you can broadly divide Fulani into two main groups. Fulani Gida, which are Fulani who actually like live in houses, like everybody else. They live in cities or towns or whatever it is. Like they just kind of stay put like everybody else.
Nomadic.
And Fulani Boroje, which are like the nomadic ones that follow the cows and like, you know, move around. Now Fulanis are originally from West Africa. They're originally from like, I think somewhere around Guinea, Gambia, Senegal, or Mali, one of these 4 locations. That's where they originate from. However, the reason why they have problems with everybody in Africa is because they're not the nomadic portion, right?
Yeah.
Because they go from country to country, and because the routes that they follow is they go from the western tip of Africa and then they walk east, and then they turn around and they walk back to the western tip of Africa, right? So what that involves is that it basically involves going to every country that is along that line. And so what has happened historically is that in some of these countries that like they keep on like going past, in some of these countries they come into the country and they don't respect property rights. So if you're most countries in West Africa, majority of the population used to be farmers, right? Sometimes maybe like fishermen or like tradespeople, but mostly farmers. So they'll come in with their cows, and you'll see farms that people have worked hard to plant, and they won't ask any permission, they won't ask anybody, they'll just have their cows eat your whole farm, right?
Great.
Yeah, exactly. So of course it leads to conflict, and then, you know, the corollary of that is that after you have these repeated incidents of like the cows coming in to eat up the whole farm, sometimes the farmer will kill the cows, or the farmer will like, you know, poison, you know, the farm or whatever, and then they will attack or they'll kill the farmer, kill his family.
What?
And the whole thing has been escalating because in some of these countries, they get together armies and they invade and they slaughter everybody and then they take over and like start ruling the place. So this has happened in I think it partially happened in Senegal. It most famously happened in Nigeria, right? But it's also happened in other places, and that's really the cause of the conflict.
And like, so who would you say causes more conflict, Hausa or Fulani?
No. So Hausa stay put, right? So Hausa people are indigenous to Nigeria. So like they just lived in northern Nigeria. They had like several kingdoms. They had 7 kingdoms. They were minding their business, like just living in their kingdoms. Fulanese came into Nigeria, attacked Hausa people, slaughtered all their rulers, and colonized them, right?
Damn.
So to this day in Nigeria, all the Hausa kingdoms were converted into emirates, and all of those emirates are ruled by Fulani families, right? So Hausas are ruled by Fulani people, but for every one Fulani person you have at least 5 to 7 Hausas. So the Hausas outnumber them, but they were invaded and conquered by a smaller, more aggressive fighting force.
So and they was like the Genghis Khan of Africa. Like Genghis Khan was like nomadic. But he still kicked people's asses.
Yeah, so I would compare them to both like the Mongols under Genghis Khan and also the Jurchen / Manchus under Nurhaci, right? So if you remember your Chinese history during the Ming Dynasty, Nurhaci basically got together, the different Jurchen tribes that were nomadic and kind of like living this kind of hard life. And then they paired up with the Mongols and they invaded Ming Dynasty China. They defeated the Ming and then they took over because, of course, the Han Chinese who were ruled by the Ming outnumbered them like 8,000 to 1. Yeah, so what they did was like they defeated the Ming forces, right? They decapitated the Ming dynasty, and then they just replaced the top of the Ming dynasty with themselves, the Manchus, to start the Qing dynasty, right? So you basically had this small, tiny population of foreigners who were ruling this massive native Chinese population, and that was the Qing dynasty. And that's exactly what happened in Nigeria. You have a small, tiny population of foreign Fulani people who are ruling this massive Hausa, empire. and that's the Sokoto Caliphate.
So
and
they backed by the Emirates?
No. So the Sokoto, I mean, there's only the ideological connection of like Islam, right? So that's the only connection, but it's not something that happened because like, you know, some power from the Emirates or some power from like the Middle East. No, that's not what happened. Fulanese are indigenous, right? They did this by themselves because they wanted power. But they established an Islamic caliphate, right?
Is it jihad in Egypt?
Yeah, so I mean, it is a jihad, right? So sometimes it's called Usman Dan Fodio's jihad. Sometimes it's called his invasion. But the point is that, you know, it had the same effect.
Because I was curious about that. Like, when you said, like, they had that dynasty set up, I was wondering, like, in what way was it connected to the Emirates?
It's not like the only relationship is that, like, you know, they're all Muslim, right?
Yeah.
So they took kingdoms and they said this is no longer going to be a kingdom, it's going to be an emirate, right? And you're no longer going to be ruled by a king, you're going to be ruled by an emir, right? So that's the reason why we have emirates today. So there's the emir of Kano, the emir of Bichi, the emir of Zazo, the emir of Gusau, like all of these emir of blah 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 place, like those things are not Nigerian. They're foreign to Nigeria. They were introduced by Fulanese who invaded and took over. Yeah.
As being that they migrate nomadic, they'll be more inclined to do that. All right, so Nigerians are the good guys, and the Hausa too.
I mean, so the thing about history is that everybody is relatively, you know, a good person or a bad person, depending on like who you ask, right? So, you know, you can say, oh, Hausa people were minding their business, they were just like ruling their kingdoms, but then monarchies are intrinsically oppressive, right? In order for them to have those kingdoms, those 7 kingdoms that got conquered and defeated, you know, they had to be oppressing some people too, and they were oppressing some people too before, you know.
That's the Sokoto Caliphate, though. That shit is historical. That shit been around for a long time.
No, I mean the Sokoto Caliphate is what Dan Fodio founded when he invaded in 1848. So it's only as old as the 1840s.
Only? That's a long ass time ago.
Sugar Belly.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead,
Sugar. You mentioned a couple times how Epstein was in Nigeria a lot, right? But like I wonder if there's any Nigerian like officials or bigwigs or like billionaires in the country that he was connected to?
Yeah.
Or is it just there are?
Yeah, so if so he had a friend called Jide. Oh god, I keep forgetting this man's last name. I don't know why I keep forgetting his last name, but the Jide guy is a Nigerian guy, Yoruba guy, and he was most recently the head of is it Coach or Tapestry? Which of the luxury brands changed their name to Tapestry one time? Was it Coach? Does anybody know?
I don't remember. I think Coach is still called Coach, but
I think they changed it back. Wait, just let me Google it. I'm just Google which brand changed their name to Tapestry.
Cause I'm just looking at the Prince Andrew. Well, he's not a prince anymore, but we just still I'm referring to him as that. At that situation and like the guy in the UAE that stepped down, we got people from Goldman Sachs stepping down. It seems like everybody connected to this shit in other countries is either getting arrested or they're stepping down from their position. And like only here in America, like we're protecting the people.
It's not only in America.
That's why I'm asking about the people in Nigeria.
Yeah. So number one, I was right. It was Coach. So Coach briefly changed their name to Tapestry at some point, and then they changed it back to Coach because people were like, "What the fuck is Tapestry?" So the Nigerian guy, Jide. Oh god, I can't remember his last name. But anyway, the point is that he was the head of Coach. Right, and he and Epstein were very good friends, and he basically coordinated helping Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell come to Nigeria, like back and forth all the time. Like if you type in Jide in the emails, you will see tons of emails between Jide and Ghislaine, Jide and Epstein, and they're talking about their trips to Nigeria, trips to Abuja, how he will arrange for him to meet the minister of blah blah blah, this person, that person, right? So they were in Nigeria doing a lot of deals. they also wanted like access to the ports, and like we're not really sure why they were wheeling and dealing for access to the ports in Nigeria, but some theories are that Epstein's friend Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem was the head of DP World Ports, or
in the UNB. That's the UNB. Step down.
Which is basically like some sort of shipping logistics kind of company.
You think they were trafficking children?
Yes. So the thing is that, like, if you own a shipping logistics company and then you have connections in ports in different countries, you can effectively move human beings anywhere you want to move them without anybody noticing, right? So, when you guys say, other countries, like, they're holding people accountable, they're stepping down, they're firing people and stuff like that, and America is, protecting them. It's not only America, although in Nigeria, the difference is that no matter what they uncover about, what they were doing in Nigeria, it's not going to make a difference because, like I've said many times, and people don't like it when I say it, Nigerian men in general and the Nigerian government in particular, and the men in the Nigerian government rape children all the time and they don't hide it. It's like they're not trying to hide this stuff. It doesn't bother them in the least, right? So it would never be a scandal in Nigeria the way it's a scandal in America. At least Trump keeps on trying to like avoid stuff. Like when they ask him about Epstein files, it's like, oh, why do you want to talk about that? Oh, I'm going to release files on aliens. Like he's trying to like dodge the question. In Nigeria, like sitting senators, like a sitting senator literally admitted on public national television. He admitted in an interview with Al Jazeera, an international news agency, that he married a 13-year-old girl. He paid off her father, who was a driver. He paid him $100,000 to import a 13-year-old child from Egypt and marry her. And because he's a good Muslim and he doesn't want to marry more than 4 women, he divorced the 15-year-old who had already had 2 kids for him in order to make space to marry the 13-year-old. And he was a senator at the time that he said this, and nothing happened. And he continued being a senator. So there's no like Epstein scandal that's going to happen on our end, even though, yes, we know that he did come to Nigeria. There are people that helped him. They were like trafficking children. Like all of that stuff is true. But I don't think there'll be any consequences on our end.
See, one thing though about Nigeria and its shipping, it has one of the highest potentials for it. And with shipping, if you was to ever put your money in it, it's one of those things that protects you against inflation. Now, if you could somehow guarantee that you could manipulate, the shipping, by boosting somebody who is basically the most highest potential of shipping because where it's located, that company, whatever that is, that type of money would be safe for years to come. That's rare. It's very rare you could have money in something today and say in a couple of years, inflation won't affect it.
So the only thing is that I don't know enough about shipping to know if this statement is true, right? I think the only thing that I know about shipping that kind of intersects with what you just said is that you can use flex ports? I can't remember what exactly they're called, but I think it's called a flex port. You can use flex ports as tax havens to avoid, paying taxes on increase in valuation on like art, for instance, right? So you can buy art and then have it shipped to like a flex port, and the flex port technically is outside of the bounds of the country. So, you don't have to like pay any taxes on anything or whatever. It's the whole thing's kind of weird. But I don't know enough about shipping to like know if this is true.
Say like with anything, say like if you buy not a TV, but say like you buy an asset that's worth $100 today, and it's very, how you put this? If you can guarantee that you could buy something today for $100 and then put it on the book for $50 and then sell it for $300, that's what banks have been doing for the longest. They'll lower the asset based upon what it was like weeks before or days before. Put that on the books. And now with shipping, it takes a long time for the product to get where it's going. So say like if by the time you put it on the books and by the time the product gets to its destination, by the time you sell it for that higher amount, it's still on the books for that paper for that $50 when you sold it for like $300. So now you're making a profit against inflation. This is, what's that fucking word? When you take advantage of like a fucking economic boom, it's not cynical. It's some shit like that though.
I mean, it sounds interesting. I'll try to look it up.
So I came across this a clip of the lady who wrote the book and committed suicide about being a victim of Jeffrey Epstein. Virginia Dufresne, I don't know how to say her last name, but apparently there's a BBC interview with her in 2019 before she committed suicide, and
allegedly.
What you mean allegedly? Like that she killed herself allegedly?
But before she killed herself, she was also randomly hit by a school bus that came out of nowhere.
What?
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah.
That's what I was talking about the other day.
She was just minding her business, and the school bus just came from nowhere to hit her. So, like, everybody's like, this whole thing is very odd.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna try to find the full interview, but this is just a short clip, y'all. Listen.
So Andrew drives in the other car. He's not with us. He's with his security guards. And in the car, Keelan tells me that I have to do for Andrew what I do for Jeffrey. And that made me sick. I just didn't expect it from royalty, the whole entire procedure. It was disgusting. He wasn't mean or anything, but he got up and he said thanks. He walked out, and I sat there in bed just horrified and ashamed and felt dirty, and I had to get up and have a shower. And it was a wicked time in my life. It was a really scary time in my life.
Yeah, that's really sad. Well, I was just going to say that, like, Andrew is technically still a prince of the United Kingdom. Like, I know everyone's been like, oh, like, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, blah, 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 blah. But there hasn't been an act of parliament yet, so...
Yep, and they haven't slammed the gavel on him, nor have they brought up anything that they're finna like charge him with. And then he gotta get expedited here because he committed crimes in U.S. territory, and we have to sequester the government over there to receive him so he can do his time over here. So it's a long way to go.
Let's see. So Charles issued a royal warrant. Oh, he issued letters patents. Interesting. Yeah, it says here, the king has been pleased by letters patents under the Great Seal of the Realm, dated 3 November 2025, to declare that Andrew Mountbatten Windsor shall no longer be entitled to hold and enjoy the style, title, or attributes of Royal Highness and the titular dignity of Prince. Okay, well, he did issue letters patents. But yeah, they can't remove him from the line of succession without an act of parliament.
Yeah, and he's still gonna be blood-related anyway.
If Charles, William, his 3 children, Harry, and his 2 children somehow mysteriously die, Andrew will be the next king.
Exactly. Which I don't think that's going to happen.
As witness, who's doing that?
They were planning with the clone. Replace him.
They were planning what?
They replace him with the clone.
Oh my god. Anyway, sorry, Wallace, who is calling his brother as a witness?
Okay, this is not the BBC America, but it's another interview she did that I have. You guys let me know if you want me to start it.
As a princess, until I was 7, and then that's the first time that I encountered sexual abuse. It was from then on, and I still connected with the horses really well, but my life just changed, and it diminished that light that was in me, and And then you can, my mom has like the pre-videos and the after videos, and you can see where,
she was sexually,
you know, in my life it took a different direction at such a young age.
Jeffrey Epstein.
You proposed.
I'm gonna get to the parts where she talks about Jeffrey Epstein, but I didn't know that either. So she was sexually abused before Jeffrey Epstein.
So real quick, because me and Ace actually went back and forth for like hours in here. I don't know if he was there or not, but we covered like a lot of that shit. So just going back to like the Prince Andrew shit that's like on my profile. Let me just switch to it too. I'm just gonna add context so some of y'all don't got me at it. Y'all better add me back too. Anyway, if you PTR this photo, this allegedly is like the start date of her work, and this is when she was 17 years old and 10 months. This is the initial claim, you know, against Andrew, and this is actually like the first person, I guess, that Ghislaine actually introduced her to. So this was like the jump off to all like her cycle of shit, just allegedly, right? It could have been some shit before, you know, whatever. But this is actually like, this is the big shot right here. Like, if you get this and you get in with him and you suck his dick and dance with him all night, you good. I guess that's what Ghislaine basically told her. She, you know, had drinks with him at a popular bar, did some dancing, got a little fucked up, sucked some dick. You know, boom. After this, she allegedly met up with 3 other dignitaries under Ghislaine Maxwell, because Ghislaine was her handler. Now, how she got introduced to Ghislaine, there's a whistleblower that's saying it was this Canadian lingerie model.
No. We know how she got introduced to Ghislaine.
Well,
She said that she was working at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
She said she was working at Mar-a-Lago, right?
And how she even got there.
Ghislaine, no. She said the Mar-a-Lago thing was just like a job, like just like, you know how young people want to have jobs and like they get all these service type jobs. She said the Mar-a-Lago job was never an issue. Like it was just like she just was working. She just happened to be somebody working at Mar-a-Lago, right? And then that was where she encountered Ghislaine, and Ghislaine was like, hey, you can make like some extra money giving massages to like, you know, my friend. And she was like, you know, it's just a massage. Like, I'll teach you how to do the massage and everything. And like, you make this amount of money. And she's like, okay, fine, no problem. And then she went there to like do the massage. And, you know, that was when like all the inappropriate stuff happened, you know, and they gave her the money and everything. And so like everything just started happening so quickly. And I think, wasn't it Trump that said that when he was trying to deny like his whole Jeffrey Epstein relationship, he basically said that Jeffrey was always poaching girls from Mar-a-Lago, and he told him to stop. So I think how this girl got mixed up with these people is that, you know, up until the Mar-a-Lago point, she was just a normal girl just trying to have like a normal little job. And unfortunately for her, the place that she
her
had
father worked at Mar-a-Lago as well.
Exactly. So unfortunately for her, like the place that she just got like her little teenage job happened to be a place that was like a hunting ground for Ghislaine and Jeffrey to like basically start like sucking girls into their pipeline.
I think it was more like an opportunity that they saw. I don't think that prior to her they were using it as a hunting ground. I think that she probably was the first one. But go ahead, Jessica, and then I'm gonna play it because we're gonna listen to Virginia Dufresne tell her story about how she was trafficked from Mar-a-Lago by Ghislaine, you know, to Epstein Island. But go ahead, Jessica.
You know, I'm not a Trump fan, but, you know, if a dad is going to allow his daughter to work at a place that was like that, it seems as though to me that he would use better judgment if he knew what was happening. So I just want to like give that perspective, like maybe it wasn't so out in the open and like prevalent, like public. Does that make sense? If a dad is going to be
No,
like,
yeah,
yeah, let's go.
Jessica, she was a locker room attendant, Jessica.
Yeah,
She wasn't doing
But
anything
still,
crazy.
even if that, like, look, if my dad knew anything was going nefarious in some
Why would
way,
you think that it's inappropriate to have your daughter work in the same place as you, where you can keep an eye on her? Okay,
I'm saying if this guy, if this was like a big sex trafficking thing, and the dad knew about it, he would never have his daughter work there. So my point is that it was safe for him.
Right.
That's my point.
Okay, I misheard you.
It wasn't as public as we think. It wasn't as public as we think. Like there was still behind the scenes, behind closed doors, not like, hey, we, sex traffic ladies, bring your kids, And it's like, it was a little more private, I think.
Yeah, so the thing was like, it was happening in Jeffrey's house in Florida. So I don't know if you guys know how Jeffrey got caught. Like, do you know how he ended up with the charge that he got, the one where he went to prison? How he got caught was 2 teenage girls at a school had a disagreement of some sort, right? And in the whole process of them, having their disagreements, one of them insulted the other one and said something to the effect of, "You're a prostitute." And the other girl, I don't know how, the argument escalated, but the point is that the argument escalated to the point that, their parents found out about this argument. And the mom of one of the girl that was called a prostitute was like, "Why would you call my daughter a prostitute? Like, what does that mean? Blah, blah, blah." And so that whole thing spiraled into either the school or the mom telling the school to search her things, like her locker. And they found a bunch of cash that she wasn't meant to have. And they were like, "How did you get all this money? Like, you're a little kid. Like, why would you have all this money? We didn't give you this money." And that was when the whole thing came out, that she got this money from a man, right, whose house she went to go and massage him. And while the girl was trying to defend herself, she basically said, "I'm not the only one. Lots of other girls do it too." And that was how the whole thing blew up, because the parents now called the police and and that was how everything blew wide open. So it wasn't like they weren't doing the sex thing or the sex trafficking thing. They weren't doing it at Mar-a-Lago, right? But some of the girls who worked at Mar-a-Lago, some of the girls who were in a particular high school or whatever, they were getting kind of fed into this loop where they were being told about, hey, you can make a couple $100 just massaging somebody for 2 hours, right? And they would end up at Jeffrey's house, and that was how the whole thing would start from there.
And wasn't his house kind of Star Island?
Yeah, he had wealthy, secluded kind of house.
So who wouldn't want to come to a mansion, right? You can kind of get away with what you want. This kind of sounds like a fun time. Plus, making money. That's it.
Yeah, so I mean, the whole thing is just very unfortunate because it was clearly a grooming operation.
Yeah, I'm not, look, and just with all of this shit, because this is kind of horror shit, and I'm just being frank, I don't assume innocence in any of these participants and shit like that.
That doesn't make any sense. Why not? These are teenage girls.
Because look, there's teenage girls that can be diabolical too.
Excuse me, teenage girls do not just wake up and start dreaming up how I'm going to go and find a bunch of billionaires, right? And I'm going to have sex with them for what? And what is even crazier about the whole thing is that, wait, let me finish. What is even more annoying about people saying things like, "Oh, these girls are not innocent," is that you really need to ask yourself, what was the benefit? There actually wasn't much benefit at all, right? In fact, the only person who we can really identify that really benefited from Jeffrey Epstein's whole thing, apart from Ghislaine Maxwell, is Karina Shuliak, right? Apart from those 2 people, all of the girls involved didn't benefit anything. So why are you saying, "Oh, nobody's innocent here"? That doesn't make any sense. All they got was trauma.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying, I'm talking about in all participants, right? No, maybe there's some that's here and there.
And don't block me no more.
Fine, as long as you don't
We're gonna engage personally with each other.
No fighting, women.
We're not gonna fight no more. We're gonna engage. We're gonna talk and agree or disagree amicably. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's a truce.
No, look. I'm saying no. Far as this Jeffrey chick, I think she's probably innocent. You know what I'm saying? Just hearing the story and how she was lured, right? But I'm saying, like, far as these other motherfuckers that actually was obeying and assisting and actually went on multiple different trips with Ghislaine Maxwell, like, you know, like the different countries to suck the salt and dick and shit like that. Like, I don't think that they, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
Nike, are you saying that you don't understand how grooming works? Because
No. I do understand how grooming works, but I also understand how, like, a willing participant works.
That's not a willing participant. That is grooming. Like, successful grooming literally means that the person will go along with all of the things that you want to do repeatedly. In fact, they will even come back for more after you've cut them loose. That is the effect of successful grooming.
And also, these are like teenagers, like children. It doesn't matter, like, here's this thing, right? You know, when we're dealing with kids who get molested, right? And then you go ask the child, hey, what happened? And say, oh, that's my girlfriend, that's my boyfriend. It doesn't matter what their opinion is at that moment in time. They are children. You as an adult, as opposed to protect children from predatory adults. Who cares if, one was crying, the other one was like, oh my God, when can I get on the next flight? And so what? These were kids.
No. I like, on a moral level, I agree, but I just can understand because, look, I come from the inner city from where I'm at. I done seen, like, high school women. No, hold on. Before we get all emotional and shit.
Wait, sorry.
Just wait. Ain't no pause. I'm finna keep going.
What was the emotional aspect about it?
No. Just chill. Just chill.
But who was speaking to you before you said?
All right, you can't chill? Boom. All right, I'll make you chill.
Sorry, isn't that mother abuse? Why did you push on?
No, because that's called noise trolling.
No, that's not. No, come on.
That's the one. If I'm trying to talk,
I'll bring her back up.
Yeah, we can bring her back up in a minute. Just let me say what I'm finna say. Right? I've seen a debaucherous youth actually plot and get themselves into some shit, like trying to think like an adult and shit like that. Now, I'm not saying that works for all. I'm saying it's a possibility that some of these women actually plotted and thought that they was gonna get the gold on the other side, and yeah, they got groomed and shit.
Okay, excuse me, Night King. Like, this is such a weird way to think about this thing. Toddlers repeatedly try to kill themselves. Would anybody ever argue, I think that this toddler is suicidal? No, you wouldn't.
No, but you fantasize.
Let me finish. The
right,
entire point of being a child, right, is that your thinking and your brain doesn't work as adults does. Like, you simply don't think as well as adults. So, trying to be like, I saw this girl, I'm gonna go on a plane with a prince, I'm going to this party, there's gonna be celebrities there, and because she's excited about those things, you're not trying to somehow blame her or make it seem as though this was all part of her plan. Is you completely refusing to acknowledge that children have thinking patterns that are dumb. Okay, and it's
that's what I'm basically saying.
Hang on, but so again, what is the thing of like, I don't think anybody's innocent? It's either you accept that children have these dumb ass thinking patterns, and it's because they don't think properly. That is the reason why they're not culpable, right? Even when they do things that that either get themselves in trouble or harm other people, or you don't. Because it sounds like you're trying to find a loophole. You're trying to find a loophole.
No, I'm not trying to find no loophole. So what I'm saying is these were foolish acts that didn't have the expected outcome. That's all. We ain't gotta navigate that. She Wolf roll that clip. Yeah.
Wait, hang on, because you keep.
No, I ain't finna be no hang on.
You
She
just sit
was
down while she was
roll
like,
the
can't she
clip.
talk before she will place the
No. She can talk after. She can go after.
Yeah, I'll stop it for her if she wants to say something.
Yeah, so you grew up in the just before we carry on, like, if you're gonna talk to somebody on any basis, like, I beg, there's no need to be saying, let's not get emotional with it. You're like raising people to fight with you, and it's not cool. Anyways, okay, city life produces a different type of poverty than when you live in the countryside, wherever it is. Those children who are in these spaces are experiencing something that, like, most of us don't even like know about. You're saying you saw teenagers do stupid shit. I'm from a country where you see literal 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds on the streets prostituting themselves. And the only thing that drives them to this point is poverty, for the most part. A lot of these girls that Epstein was targeting were poor. They were poor. The only ones that we know that had money was Maxwell and this one model girl that he was funding. Those were the only girls, and this was not the girls that he was prostituting around to his friends. No, it was the poverty-ridden ones that nobody cared about. No, or if they disappear, apparently they're misbehaving or whatever it is, and it's just so ridiculous when I say, oh well, are they innocent? It's like, is innocence the lack of like knowledge, or what is it? What is this innocence they are fighting so hard for? The only thing that we should care about is that, like, they were kids. That's it. Like, whatever the stupid decision they made, they didn't kill anybody. As far as I'm concerned, they didn't kill anybody. They didn't rob anybody. All they did was
That we know of.
be so far so good. Have you heard a single thing about them about they didn't kill anybody? Nothing about that has happened. All we know is that these girls were groomed. They were trafficked around the world to sleep with multiple men. And these men had power over them. That's all we know. And so not operate on some like fantasy level of, oh, well, what were they doing? These are like normal patterns that we're seeing. The highest thing we have done was to go and convince more girls to go and join them in their in their job for money. How much were they paying these girls? 500, 600. It's like little money to impress small children. And they knew it. They knew that, all these girls can be easily persuaded with chicken change, because that's what men do everywhere around the world. Men who prey on little children, they do that mostly because they know that they can impress them with small things, and that'll be fine. It's easy to control them. And so, like, I don't really care for, like, whether they were innocent or not. It doesn't matter. Like, innocence is absolutely bogus. They were kids, and that's all we should be concerned about.
All right, we're gonna listen to Virginia Dufresne in her own words tell her story about how she was trafficked from Mar-a-Lago to Epstein Island.
So working at Mar-a-Lago, and I'm reading that book that I was just telling you about, and I was approached by a very proper speaking English lady named Keelan Maxwell. And she approached me at the desk, and she started talking to me about the book that I'm reading, and she just seemed very nice. And I didn't know what she was there for at the time. I do now, but she said, I've got a person that I know who's actually looking for a traveling masseuse, and if you want, I can get you an interview with him. And I said to her, I was like, I'm not by any means like licensed, or I've never, like, this is the first book I've read about it. So I'm not like I can't do this, professionally. And she said, no, don't worry about that. You just come over for the interview. If he likes you, we can get you educated, we can get you certified, you'll be a real masseuse. And you'll get to travel and see the world. And like, she made it sound like it was a dream come true. There's a night out with the girls date night, or even just, and it wasn't.
So at that young age, you didn't think this sounds too good to be true?
No, I was gullible, I was vulnerable, and when somebody just...
Oh, my bad, y'all. Sound like Night King. Were you gullible?
Right, like, bro. So
I'm just saying,
I think
sound
people
like
think on saying something else, right? And just let me just put the let me pin the tail on the fucking donkey, all right? So I did exclude her, and I don't think that all the little women in the Epstein files had the same story as her. I'm talking specifically about the ones that was part of like the fucking satanic rituals and all that other shit. I'm not, no, yes it was, folks. If you finna sit here and lie, whatever. Then we just don't even respond to them then. Just let it float on by down the river. I'm talking about the ones that participated in the satanic rituals and the baby eating and shit like that. The motherfuckers that was involved in that is sick.
Okay, so can I just say that there is a kind of misogyny in the people who are interested in the Epstein files because they believe that they were doing satanic rituals and they think that it somehow validates their, previously held conspiracy theories about Jews. And apart from the fact that and I think what is frustrating about it is that there's so much stuff in the Epstein files that, is already highly problematic by itself, right? So for example, you can clearly see that Epstein was a Jewish supremacist. That's a real thing. It's all over his communications, it's all over his emails with people, the comments that they're making, that's a real thing to talk about, right? Or the fact that they were grooming and raping all these teenage girls, those are real horrific things to talk about. I don't know why it's almost as though people hate having to acknowledge pain and harm that is done to women and girls. So they would rather acknowledge fantasy crimes, that make them feel better, but they don't want to address real crimes against women and girls. I don't know why that's the case.
But there's evidence of certain ritualistic behavior and sacrifices and stuff like that in the files as well, Sugar Belly.
No, so something that cause of course I don't think anybody's read all 3 million files, right? But
right.
Everybody's kind of read a chunk, whatever chunk they've read, right? Mm-hmm. But from what I've read, I didn't see any behavior that was any different from, I would say if you've been in very upper class circles, something you will notice quite often is that there's this irreverence for religion, even amongst people who are in the upper class who are from religious communities. So for example, I'm not surprised that Hind Al-Owais, right, got Epstein a cutout from the Kaaba, right? Got him a piece of the kitab. You would think, oh my God, no Muslim would ever, why would a Muslim allow, number one, Epstein, he's not a Muslim, he's a Jew, right? That's the first thing. Why would Muslim allow an infidel to have a piece of the Kaaba, right? Let alone Epstein, somebody that they knew was a sex trafficker. And it's the same thing. It's you go to Muslim countries, right? And you have the average person and they're super Muslim, they're trying to follow all the rules and stuff. You look at the elites of Muslim society, they don't give a shit about Islam. They don't give a shit, right? So whether it's Muslim elites, Jewish elites, Christian elites, whatever, something that they all have in common is that not only do they not give a shit about the religions that, are the foundation of their communities, but they have a lot of they have a lot of humor around desecrating it, right? And I think unfortunately the middle class people from those communities, they interpret it as oh, they're devil worshippers. But you don't understand that being a Satanist, worshipping the devil, is also participating in a religion. And what these people have in common is that they don't give a shit about religion. So the same way they wouldn't give a shit about Christianity or Islam or Judaism is the same way they also would not give a shit about Satanism. And I think that this is a class difference in people's understanding of what's going on. The average person from middle class, upper middle class, lower middle class, working class, those people believe a lot, they think that, oh, elites would be Satanists, they would be participating in satanic rituals. No, elites people don't care about your religion. They look down on it, including Satanism. They also look down on Satanism.
You just said that he was a Jewish supremacist.
By ethnicity.
Exactly.
He was a Jew.
And she don't know, this don't come out of no, I don't have no hate for Jews. In fact, I got Jewish half brothers. And I also grew up in Judaic community, you know what I'm saying? I got Jewish friends and stuff like that. I know what a clean Jew looks from the difference between that and a dirty ass Jew. I know the difference in that elites actually view society in a different way because I've been in the room with a lot of these people. So don't try to do this talking from a high horse or elephant because I'm on the top of a fucking dinosaur. Right?
I wasn't talking to you.
It doesn't matter. I'm talking to you.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. And we're having a conversation.
We're having a conversation.
I love you. I appreciate
we're having a conversation, but I sincerely, like, it's not helpful for the conversation if you project stuff onto me.
That's what I took it to be. If that wasn't your angle, you're projecting. If you wasn't trying to foster, it's cool. Let me just say this.
There's no need to defend against the statements if you're not projecting, right?
Well, they're not projected. Oops. So we talking. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it a colorful conversation. Right?
I think she has a point though. Like,
I think she do too. Everybody got a point. You got one.
I think, I feel like, because Donald Trump, for instance, when she's talking about elites don't give a fuck about religion, Donald Trump literally ran for the party that's like Christian values. He fucks hoes and he's in the Epstein files. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, they don't give a fuck about.
We don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. You're projecting.
Wait. Hold on. Let him finish though. Let him finish.
But you know what I mean? So I think that's what she means. So I think, like, if you see Donald Trump or any of them doing shit that seems satanic, I don't think they truly believe in any of that shit, right? And so, but I do think that you'll find some people who, like, connect dots that are not there. You know what I'm saying? To make it seem like there's some Illuminati behind all this shit. You know what I mean? So I feel like if that's kind of what she's saying, I can understand that.
I think the baby eating thing is coming from like one of the emails where like the guy says that, oh, the baby tastes like cream cheese, right? Which is just so silly to me because like if someone was actually partaking eating human flesh, there's no way in heaven or hell they'll say cream cheese over pork. Like, let's just keep it real. Like,
do you know when I knew that like the people who wanted to believe in like the cannibalism stuff and the baby stuff and whatever, when I knew that like it was just like another like hyper delusion and they were so mentally invested in this stuff that they would just ignore all common sense. So like there's this video.
All the talk about jerky.
Wait, hang on. I actually think jerky meant blowjobs, but like there's this video, right?
Wait, how did you get that?
What? Because they use a lot of like food terms to refer to like girls that they're trafficking, right? And they're primarily trafficking these girls for sex. Now, but I just want to say. I want to say the point I was gonna say. So like, there's this video where like something's going on with Jeffrey Epstein's mouth, right? One side of his mouth is like swollen. He's kind of like, you know how you look in the mirror, you're kind of like trying to like make a video to examine like the symptom or whatever, right? And where I knew that people were like fucking brain dead was that all over TikTok, people were commenting on that video saying, oh my God, like this is kuru, this is kuru from like eating, human beings. And I'm like, how dumb do you have to be diagnosing an illness that you clearly don't know anything about? Kuru is a neurological disease, okay? It's like Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. You get Kuru from eating, not just from eating human beings, but you get it specifically from eating the brain and like the spinal cord. Like that is where you get Kuru, and how it manifests is that it's a prion disease, right? So basically the prions and the proteins destroy the proteins in your brain, and then you start to have strange behavior. Your muscles don't work right. You can't move things. You have jerky movements. You go crazy.
Not only are they just talking about jerky and all this weird stuff, there's talks of, this person is going to start eating regular food again. Oh, that was supposed to last you the whole 6 weeks, and it didn't last you the whole time. That's not talking about blowjobs.
Yeah, but then you also
people are going to start eating normal food again. It's not talking about blowjobs.
But you also have to consider like, so look at the whole picture, right? So look at the things that like,
I think it's weird that you would just so easily want to dismiss that they could be doing nefarious things such as eating human flesh.
The reason why
satanic rituals. I don't understand why you found it so far-fetched.
The reason why I find it far-fetched is this, right? It is far easier to gather a large group of people who are willing to rape children than it is to gather a large group of people who are willing to engage in cannibalism. Human beings have an extremely...
Everybody don't have to engage in the cannibalism.
No, she will. Human beings have an
Just like everybody don't have to engage in the prepubescent children. Some of them just want teenagers. Some of them want girls that were 15 or 17. Some of them want girls that were 12.
Human beings,
right? Everybody don't have to engage in
human beings have an extremely strong psychological aversion, right, to cannibalism. Extremely strong.
I agree.
So the point I'm trying to make
just like
is
most people have a strong aversion to sleeping with children.
No, they don't.
Most people have that.
No, they don't. So wait, one second. Wait, so this is exactly where I was trying to get to, right? And this is why I say that the people who focus so much on like their cannibalism theory, the reason why they're doing it is because it's mentally protecting them from something else, from another realization. And the realization that, like, you know, they don't want to confront is that far more people around the world are perfectly comfortable with having sex with children than anything else, or like cannibalism. Like, the point I'm trying to make is this, right? Pedophilia, ephebophilia, or whatever, the number of people who would very comfortably and easily participate in this stuff are in the billions. And people don't like that realization.
Billions, that's crazy.
There's at least 1 billion.
That's nuts. That's actually fucking nuts. Sugar Belly, come on. I fuck with you,
There is at least a billion
pedophiles.
That's crazy.
What leads you to that? What leads you to that number? What leads you to that estimate?
At least 1 billion. Wait, pedophilia is a mental illness. So the likelihood that like the majority of these men who are raping children are pedophiles is I don't mean no. I know you're not saying that. But let me just. I just want to clarify what I'm saying. That like you can tear it apart, right? So I'm not talking about pedophilia, the mental illness compulsion type of pedophilia. So like we need to like identify the different types of pedophilia, right? There is pedophilia where this person has a paraphilia, like they actually have like an active attraction to children. There's pedophilia that comes from like OCD, like is a compulsive kind of like, you know, disorder. I am not talking about those people. I am talking about people who participate in what is called cultural pedophilia. So cultural pedophilia is when you come from a society or a culture where they just find it okay to marry children. There's no penalty for like sleeping with children. There's no penalty for being sexual with children or like with teenagers or whatever it is. And so because there's no penalty, because there's no penalty, you don't see anything wrong with it. And this is the reason why I said like the people who are like this, they are at least 1 billion. And I'll give you 2 locations, right?
I can agree now.
Based off, so for example, if you take just India and Africa, right? Just these 2 places, and you put them together, like majority of men in India will fuck a kid. Majority of men in Africa will also fuck a kid.
Whoa, this feels racist, man.
Yeah,
It's true.
Hold on. Let me just refix. Let me edify my answer. Look, because you could possibly be fucking right, but for my mental state, I don't want to believe this, especially just as a black hole tandem, that there's niggas who prefer some little ass. I just don't want to. I don't want to believe that.
She's including teenagers.
I'm sorry. I promise I'll shut up. But I need you guys to understand.
Yeah, even including teenagers. That's what I'm saying.
You were just about to let Nishan go, right? Nishan was trying to go.
I want
Nishan was just a homegirl. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy how she doing it.
No, I'm so sorry. Like I think the problem we're having in this conversation is that when I say the word pedophile, you guys are thinking about people with the compulsion or the preference. It is not a preference. I'm not talking about people that have an
an active, exclusive preference. I'm saying that these people would normally sleep with adults, right? On a normal day, they sleep with adults. But if they have the opportunity to sleep with a kid and they know that there'll be no punishment, they would also do that.
I'm sorry, I can't see the world through your eyes.
I'm not ready for that
all the time.
And it's not, hold on. And I'm not saying I'm culturally ignorant or anything like that. Like, I definitely understand what you're talking about, because there are people that do underage marriages, all that kind of stuff. Even what you said with that Nigerian prime minister or whoever the fuck he was, right? But I'm just saying, just at large, that many people, like, conceptualizing that is just hard for me. But go ahead, it's on me, son, and then we'll let.
When I was telling you that I've seen like 10, 11-year-old girls, right, on the streets prostituting themselves. Who do you think is sleeping with them? Other children.
Oh, Jesus God.
No, let's actually think about it for 1 second. Like, who do you think is sleeping with
I'm about to turn y'all down.
Of like child marriage. And I think the person was saying the same.
Can you just let them know that in Zamfara 2 months ago, the governor's wife married off some orphans and they were orphans, they were pedophiles. They were children. They married them up to pedophiles 2 months ago. Yeah? And the governor's wife did a whole ceremony and nobody said anything in Zamfara.
And it's happened multiple times before.
You said that there is one out of eight people, right? Because there's like 8 million people. So you said 1 billion people. 1 out of 8 people is a pedophile. You said has like pedophilic.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like crazy.
You don't have to like. Wait, this is actually still my turn. So let me just.
Yeah,
you don't even have to like do all these random gymnastics as to whether or not like if 1 billion people are fucking children or not, right?
Okay.
The majority
what was said,
of people who get trafficked and put into prostitution are children, little girls. That's who the majority of people who are getting trafficked into prostitution is. People who get tricked to sex slavery are little girls, or get kidnapped in sex slavery are little girls. Somebody is sleeping with them.
No one's denying anything.
The
statement that was
nobody's
saying it's not children, it's adults.
Wait, oh my God, sorry,
no one is denying any of that.
But you're doing this.
No, don't speak. We're having all this back and forth, and I think the reason why you're having this, I'm seeing it, is because, no offense, but you live in America, right? For the most part, whether they're pedophiles in America or not, because they are, you live in a country that is relatively very, very safe compared to the rest of the world.
What?
Right?
300,000 kids go missing every year.
It's still safe compared to the rest of the world. It's not the safest country I've ever been in. Okay? There are actual laws here that do protect children and people still fighting for more laws to protect those same children and people at the same time. And so don't call me. America is a super safe country, and so you don't understand the kind of ruggedness the rest of the world is in right now. Or like you may understand, but you don't really get it. The vast majority of fact is that like these people are not pedophiles. They might not even think children are ugly or say children are attractive or anything like that. They just don't care. They will sleep with a child because why not? Who's going to stop them? The police? You?
We're not saying that these kind of people don't exist. The question is at
they
what
even
rate?
marry these children.
Yes, only.
The question is at what
yes,
rate?
Yes, I'm talking about
Sugar
the
Belly
rate.
believes it's at a rate of 1 out of 8.
Yes, I think so.
I don't
because wait,
I think
I'm not
that's
going to
crazy.
like
No, only the reason why you
how that would play out.
Hold on, Omni, wait.
If it were really the case that it was 1 out of 8, that would play out in a lot.
The reason why you think it's
semantics, it doesn't matter about the actual number of these people or whatever it is, right? So the number that Sugar Belly made an estimate that she cannot back up. Period. That's just it.
No,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, both of you going to end up arguing on semantics.
Wait,
how
much?
So and the balls with the actual conversation is being had, which is that like child pedophilia has nothing to do with the actual attraction of the people who are preying on them. They just do it because they can.
Yeah, sorry.
Isn't it like...
Wait, 1 second. I just want to clarify something because I don't like where this conversation is going, right? You need to stop doing this thing where you... And this is even the reaction between Night King... Is your name Night King? Yes, Night King. Even the reaction between Night King and like Omni Tether, right? Is exactly the thing I was talking about where I said that
the reason why so many people are latching onto satanic ritual, eating babies, eating people, cannibalism, is because there is another thing that the Epstein files tell you that people really feel very uncomfortable thinking about, and that is that pedophilia is a lot more widespread than you want to accept. The type of pedophilia that comes to mind when people think about it, that type is not widespread. So I'm not making a claim that 1 in 8 people, for example, has a mental compulsion, right, towards children, or that 1 in 8 people have a sexual paraphilia for children. Nope, that is not what I'm saying.
That's not what I'm not saying.
That is not what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's not what I understood.
Wait. Just hold diatribe to say something that I didn't even say, right? I understand your position. I understand that you don't feel like I understand that you don't feel like.
Why are you shouting at me? Did I say?
Because you're mischaracterizing it. You're mischaracterizing what I'm. You're mischaracterizing.
Did I say that's what you said?
Right. Yes, you're saying that I've misinterpreted you in some.
No, she was talking to me though.
You're saying that I've misinterpreted.
Like, what the fuck?
That is not what I said, sir. That is not what I said.
You think when I'm talking about pedophiles, you think that I think when you're talking about pedophiles, you only mean the people who have this like sick compulsion. No, you're also talking about people who, for one reason or another, because their morals or whatever, they would have sex with a child. It's not that they practice that exclusively, but they would do it. They would partake in it, right? Do I understand correctly?
Yes, what I'm talking about is people who their normal sexual menu, if you want to call it that, is predominantly adult.
I still think 1 out of 8 is an overshot.
Okay, so the reason why it's not an overshot is because if it wasn't that prevalent, you wouldn't literally have multiple whole countries where they do this stuff and nobody bats an eye.
If it wasn't that prevalent, we wouldn't have. That's the argument. If it wasn't that prevalent, we wouldn't have what?
So you wouldn't have multiple whole countries, right, where they do this stuff on a systemic level and nobody bats an.
You're saying that couldn't happen if it weren't the case. Wait. You're saying that couldn't happen if it weren't the case that 1 out of 8 people had at least pedophile.
What I'm saying.
That is what you're saying, right?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is this, right? So let's use America as an example. You definitely have pedophiles in America, obviously, right? But pedophiles in America, they can only practice their pedophilia in secret, right? Because, the general public in America, if they found out that there was a bunch of pedophiles and they wanted to be doing their pedophilia or whatever it is with kids and stuff, the general public would have a very vicious reaction, right? They would voice their opposition like immediately to finding out that kind of thing. What I'm saying is that when you have entire countries where they know, like, people are sleeping with children, they see them walking hand in hand with the child, and the whole country doesn't give a shit because they're comfortable with that, because they would also do it too, right? So my point is that, like, we literally have country level evidence of systemic acceptance of casual pedophilia.
That doesn't correlate to a specific number. Now you have to tie that.
You're doing the thing. So you're doing that thing where
correlation doesn't mean causation.
Excuse me. You're so uncomfortable with the actual discussion.
You're trying to inject some sort of feeling. I'm engaging with the conversation as
excuse me. So we really have to ask ourselves, right? If the conversation that you decided to end, can you sigh on mute? Like, what is going on? You're being aggressive for no reason.
I'm being aggressive.
We were having a pleasant conversation before you started doing this.
Okay, you just have to be.
Yes, we were. We were actually having a pleasant conversation before you started groaning off my. Yeah, but
you care about these kids as much as you preach. Alright, I will. I'm just telling you.
Yes, groan on mute. Thank you. Yeah. So like I said, right. This is the thing that always happens when you want to ever have a conversation about how widespread it is, that like you have millions and millions and millions of people that would casually sleep with children if they felt there was no consequence. People now start saying, oh, I want to argue, is it 1 in 25, is it 1 in 8? The number, you now derail
projecting again.
Alice, let me finish, please. You then derail the whole conversation, right? From being a conversation about the fact that this behavior is extremely widespread to being a nitpicking conversation about, oh, is it 1 in 8 or 1 in 7? And the reason for that derailment...
It's an important distinction, right?
The reason for that derailment is because you don't actually want to have the conversation about how widespread the thing is.
I think we all agree it's widespread. The only thing is going to be
because there is like something that's widespread, but if I'm saying, let's say, let's fucking do something like less like anti-Semitism.
Please just let me get in there.
We could say 1 in 5 Jewish people are likely to, be the victim of some anti-Semitic crime, right? And that's bad, right? We could acknowledge that, but if you were to say 1 in 2, that drastically inflates an issue. That it's still an issue, right? It's still as bad as this 1 in 5. But if it's 50% of Jews, if we're saying 50% of Jewish people are like the victim of some sort of hate crime, I'd be like, that's preposterous. This is still an issue. Anti-Semitism is still an issue we need to deal with, and we should probably look for the real numbers, and it's still something that needs to be addressed. But we could also say it's ridiculous to overinflate the numbers for just hyperbole. I think that's inappropriate.
I respect that.
Let me just say one thing real quick.
No, we're moving on.
I'm waiting. I'm trying to go. You keep talking sugar belly, but you're not saying much.
All right, Elise, be quiet. Here's the thing, right? So if we look at the global population, about 2.5 billion people are not even adults. So she's saying 1 in 5 people are going to be pedophiles, but then of the adults, we know that it's, but then of the adults, we know that we're probably just talking about men. So you could cut that number in half. So now it's for you to have 1 billion pedophiles, you need damn near 1 in 3.
I got a problem with the number. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You don't have to deny that. You don't have to deny just to say that the statistic you gave is wrong.
Ask you a question?
We don't have to, that doesn't mean we're denying.
Well, the crimes are different.
Sorry, Alessandro,
the crimes, it depends.
Alessandro, can I ask you a question, right?
All right, cool.
Okay, so if this kind of person that I'm describing, if they're not so widespread, can you explain why over 90% of women don't reach adulthood without being repeatedly, so it's not a one-time thing, it's a repeated thing, from the age of 10 to if you say your adult is 18, right? So from the age of 10 to 18, over 90% of women don't reach adulthood without being repeatedly approached by adult men for relationships or sex or romance.
I think it's going to be a combination of things. It's going to be serial offenders, because you have a lot of dudes who have one victim don't have one victim. They have that's their lifestyle. So it's because one dude is victimizing all these women he comes across, think about how many victims Harvey
Alessandro, so why I don't
disagree
that one man could be doing this to multiple people, multiple places. I don't disagree at all. My point is that being approached, right, when you are very much a child, when you're visibly a child, by an adult man for a romantic or sexual purpose is a universal experience of girls and women. There are
for a bulk of that demographic
that did not experience this. Huh?
That's true for the bulk of that demographic, yes. But for a sliver, if you're being honest, there is a sliver of that demographic to where if we're just counting approaches, right? That could be someone could approach someone who's on the cusp, let's say 17.
No, that's
right?
not what I'm talking about.
Right. I'm just saying that there are other factors that can contribute to why the girls are being approached
So again,
What
I
age
just
are
want
you
to
talking
be clear, like, I'm not.
I'm gonna have to see.
I think
You're
not
talking
just
about
right.
Yeah, sorry, hang on. Excuse me, Alessandro. I just want to clarify, right? So yes, while we all agree, so one thing we can all agree on is that this behavior definitely continues up to like 17, 18, and then of course you have 17. Yeah, so like that part nobody's arguing about, right?
Right.
But the point I'm trying to make is that it is a universal experience of girls that this being approached by adult men started much earlier than when they were at the age and size where they could potentially be confused for like an adult, right? So it starts as early as 10, depending on some countries, even below the age of 10. So if a man says,
I would have to see data on that. Because I don't know that you're saying that grown men are out here shooting their shot at 10 year olds.
He was confused because the girl was 17, that's not really his fault. But explain why girls who are 11, 12, 13, 14 are getting approached by adult men.
I'm asking you where you.
There's no explanation.
She's projecting. That's why. Because like, think about what you're saying right now. You're saying that we live in a world where grown ass men, like 90% of women, at the age of 10,
90%.
had a grown man come up and be like, "Can I buy you a drink?" Like,
no,
I don't.
Oh my
I don't
God!
know
Now
what
you're
you're talking
changing
about.
what was
Like,
said. Now you're changing
you
what
said
was
they
said
approached them
because
for relationships.
Yo, it sounds like Sugar Billy got y'all niggas. I'm not gonna lie.
She gonna give you a drink.
It sounds like Sugar Belly got you.
Children are being addressed for sex.
So I can't go wrong.
I was going before you. I was going before you.
So Alessandra was speaking, Sugar Belly was speaking, and then I started. You know what?
Any woman would disagree with you, Sugar Belly.
Right.
We know what you're saying.
Like it's so.
So I'm after.
That this even
I'm after free. I just want to make a quick point. What she's trying to say is that these children have been approached by men. There can be some explanation with it. There's some gray area because some of these kids do look older, as well as the boys. So again, we said this the other day, Sugar Billy, there's not inherently an issue if it's before the fact. If it's after the fact, that's the difference. So these children look a certain age to these men and they address and tried it, that's not inherently a problem until they find out that they're not of age and then they pursue. So that's what we like to see in the data.
No, hold on. I called after.
It was already stated that.
I called after. Please, I called. You can go after me, Sugar Belly.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been listening, and unfortunately, it sounds like Sugar Belly has this one, and I haven't heard a response from you, Louis, or Alessandro, or even the one that Free just gave, that's even contacting her point. And it is an unfortunate
what's that point?
Hold on 1 second. It is an unfortunate reality that women are dealing with this. And I don't think you guys have a substantive response to her point. It actually reduced down to I don't believe you. And you said something about correlation doesn't equal causation.
What is her point?
No, all she was doing.
What's her point that she's making?
1 second, bro. You're getting aggressive for no reason. Let's try to have a conversation. She made that point, and your response to that was like really bad. When she said, "Why are you getting aggressive?" You said, "Oh, you'll be okay." What kind of weird ass shit is that? Anyway, besides that, let's just talk about. Let's just talk about 1 second, brother. 1 second, brother. 1 second, brother. 1 second. So the whole point is, if you don't have a response to what she's saying, then just say you don't know. You're agnostic. But why are you getting aggressive, brother? You calm down. She's after. Hold on, brother. Your aggression doesn't help the conversation. Your incredulity, your attitude doesn't help the conversation. Doesn't make. I know you will, but that just means you don't follow the rules. But yet you're the one that's supposed to instill the rules, and yet you don't know what the hell to do. Right? That just shows your immaturity. Anyway, if you're not equipped to have the conversation, just stay out of it. Maybe you just moderate it. But you're not prosecuting it in any substantive way, nor is Alessandro, nor is fucking Free Range. And if you don't like it, just go read up on the topic, right? While you're sitting here talking to Sugar Belly, you could be Googling, you could be getting information, you could rely on your own personal understanding. You know what I've heard about statistics? The unfortunate statistics? That 1 out of 4 violated women. 1 out of 4.
right? That's violated. That means that the person went to that extent. Then you hear another statistic about how it happens in the home.
Better get right with the work, guys.
You hear how it happens. And you got this weirdo, and you hear how it happens in the home, and there's another reason why you might not be privy to it, right? Because it's happening in the home, and people who understand it and hear about it, it's probably 1 in 4 that she went through it, and she tells the other woman who went through it, be quiet about it, and you don't know, we don't know about it, but we understand it's a part of our world. And sitting here just like taking the approach that you are without educating yourself is crazy as shit.
All right, yeah. So what was her point that she's making, and what did we respond to?
Excuse me. So I was gonna ask a concrete. So free
all right,
range,
let me
just on the point. No,
the fucking grandstanding.
Lisa was after me.
Weird.
Yes,
I'm waiting.
That
happens to that this is an issue that young girls have to deal with. I've already conceded that like this is an issue, right? I'm just curious when you say 1 in 8 people. It's really like Luca broke it down. It's really like we're talking about, if we're keeping it men, like we're just talking about men, we're talking about 1 billion men. That's like a crazy,
yes, I think
crazy idea.
I think it's may even be more than
it's gonna be 1 in 3.
Anyway,
right,
as I was saying,
I'm asking what leads you there.
I said what led me there, but you didn't want to hear it because
you said
oh no, if I can repeat what she said. She said if you was to combine like the African culture with like the Indian culture,
I said
what you said, Sugar Mother?
Yes, I said what I said was, for example, right? If you take India, if you take India and you take Africa, right, and you look at these two places, what you see is that most men in these two places would fuck a kid. That is what I said, right? And I stand by what I said. So considering the fact that like these are 2 of the most populous parts of the world. Like, we're not even counting other parts of the world, right? But to what Free Range said about how, we had this conversation and we're like, okay, like, if you approach or whatever, that's not the issue. That only applies at the upper end of the scale, right? So one could say, for example, sorry, Omni, can you mute your mic? Your background noise is giving me echo.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know it was all.
Yeah, thank you. So for example, right, one could say, okay, it's possible that somebody may confuse some 16-year-olds with an 18-year-old. That is plausible, right? So that's not what we're talking about. If somebody who was intending to approach somebody who they thought was 18, the person happened. Sorry, what is going on?
No, that's probably you, bro, because we can hear you.
Oh, my
Yeah. That's all good, Sugar, bro.
Yeah, so if somebody approaches somebody they thought was 18, the person just happens to be 16, nobody is blaming that person for the initial approach, right? But my point is that the initial approach becomes culpable lower than that. So it goes out of the window. And what we're trying to understand is that women and most women have this experience of when they were clearly and visibly little girls, when they were 14, 15, 13, 12, 11, 10, some of them 9 years old, some of them 8 years old, right? Like Hannah said in the chat, sometimes when they were wearing their school uniform, okay, they were in their school uniform. So not only visibly children, but visibly students, right? This is a universal experience of women and girls being approached by adult men for romance or sex or something like that, or him making some sexual or romantic overture towards them. And the rate of women who have experienced this before adulthood is over 90%. I would probably say 98 to 99%, but I'm going to be generous and say 90%.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Hold on. Let me interlock right quick.
There's 2 different things. No cowardly.
I just want to say this, right?
As it is, and to be like, oh yeah, you don't care about them. It's such a fucking cowardly thing.
Yeah, look. What I'm gonna say is, like, far as like, if you was to include the numbers of people who mistakenly like false age somebody like a 16-year-old, 18-year-old, I could actually see that. I could actually like actualize that more. being just like
excluded that. What are you
I know.
Can I get in?
I know, and I'm putting them back in to say that would make more sense just to me. Now look, hold on, let me just say this for y'all. I don't give a fuck if I'm right or wrong. I do not have the I need to be right disease up in this bitch. I'm just trying to have a conversation to pass the time till I go play pool and darts. Otherwise, like, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't fucking none of my kids. They not fucking, you know what I'm saying, none of my family. Cause pow, bang, bang.
Sugar baby got someone over there.
That wasn't the goddamn, hold on, man, what the fuck? What the fuck? That wasn't the time to interrupt. I wasn't even done. Damn, y'all niggas got the disease. Y'all want to cut a nigga off so bad. Anyway, look, point is, I just in my heart of heart and in the heart of like me being like a man and a fucking human, the human in me is saying this. I don't want to believe that there is like a billion niggas that's finna actively select 11-year-olds to fuck on an old look past situation. How's that crazy? Y'all wildin'.
Because
y'all actually fucking wildin' right now. Do you niggas not believe in God?
Really quickly, Sugar Belly.
Why I gotta be misogyny and all this other shit?
When Sugar Belly says she get that billion in India, East India, and in Africa alone, I can't disagree with her.
That's why I said I couldn't always disagree. I'm saying just from a moral standpoint, I don't want to believe that shit.
A billion men in Africa, on the continent of Africa,
It's because there's a billion people there.
in the country of India alone, she could find a billion men.
Oh my God,
Children in
That
our
shit don't feel right, man. This shit.
I believe him.
What?
I lived there in Pakistan, and then the entirety. Yes, sorry, it was my turn.
Can we nuke these places?
No, we cannot.
Wow.
That's crazy. What the fuck? That's that crazy.
You want to cook
Let's get them out of here.
I was trying the aspect of like, oh, this is so disgusting. How could we read this? I put in a article in here, which is based on like a multiple of like stats within the US, right? So these stats are just the US for the most part. They're not worldwide, wherever it is. In the US alone, 1 in 5 women have experienced rape or attempted rape in their lifetime. That's in the US where people have laws, okay? People have guns, all of these things to protect yourselves. And yes, next. 1 in 5 women. Imagine the rest of the world where there is 0. In fact, like,
but niggas is not walking on the streets holding hands and shit like that. Motherfuckers stand up in here. Look at San Francisco, nigga. San Francisco, fuck out of here, son. Niggas is sneaking and doing this shit.
Let's let Misan go. She's reading stats. Let's let Misan talk.
Well, the first time I ever experienced a man approach me for anything, I was 9 years old. If I remember that day so clearly, because I had been walking with my father when like this random ass man, like I think my dad was doing something at the time, and this random ass man said something so disgusting to me. My dad only fought me that very day, right? That was the first time. Through my entire lifetime, I've had men who approached me when I'm in school uniform, going to and fro in school, right? With the rest of my, because our school in our boarding house is a bit further, so we had to like walk down to school, but it wasn't like a long walk, like 5 minutes walk. And men who approach us, knowing full well that we are children, we have our matron with us to come and see who we can catch amongst this group of children here. That's like just like what? We are like 10 girls walking down the street with our matron. That is 10 girls being specifically approached, different men. Almost every single day we're walking down to school. That's how serious that thing is. Like, this is not just us, like, Oshika Brady pulling things out from her ass about what she's saying. It's the truth. You are being approached by multiple men. In fact, in my entire lifetime of living, I've only ever been mistaken for an older person. Almost every single person that's ever approached me has knew that I was a child. Because most of the time I've been going to, like, most of my day is going to school. So you're going to see me more in my uniform than without. And majority of the people who have approached me knew that I was a child or knew my family, and so knew my age, and then approached me when I'm like at home or doing someone's wherever it is. So this is just like the truth, really. And I get it because it seems so disgusting, but that's really where we are in right now. Me saying that, oh, you know, a lot of men who participate in pedophilia isn't because I want men to participate in pedophilia or because I think men are so stupid to participate in pedophilia. It's the truth of what we are seeing here. The people who are sleeping with these children are men. And I feel like it is much more productive to talk about like how we can protect kids than it is to like try to downplay that aspect. Because where I came from, child marriage is legal.
Where are you from,
It's legal for people
Mr.?
to marry children. Hold on. It's legal for people to marry children in just my country alone. Okay?
I'm telling
We
you,
have
my
girls
next.
that are like this thing as low as 10, 11 getting married. You know his mother is from my country. That little girl was
Is there a
married.
reason why people are talking while she's talking? Can't you rest in the chat?
Because you won't be quiet, Sugar Belly, that's why.
You two be quiet.
Like, the US money came from here. She was 8 when she had her first child. What is that telling you? And that's a society where like, that man that got her pregnant, not a damn thing happened to him. That was seen as normal for him to just do that. Yes, it's okay and fine. Because it's not just about like men creeping at night to go and molest children. It's that systemically they are allowed to do it. That man went to meet this girl's parents. Maybe the parents were poor, but that's usually what happens here, right? And the parents cannot afford to have multiple children because in most of these like very religious societies, they give it to a bunch of kids. And what really happens is they sell their daughters into slavery. And the slavery is on the institution of marriage for the most part. And then they sell their daughter off so they can feed the rest of the kids. And that's what happens to those children. And they appear in millions. Like based on actually bring actual facts from the millions, 1 billion, I don't know if I can say 1 billion men coming in to molest children. I don't know about that one. But what I do know is that there are so many children being molested. And like even within the US, we are seeing so many girls being molested here. And this is look at all the things placed in here to protect children. So let's just be honest with ourselves. They don't need to get offended or to feel like I see like a personal jab at you or your gender. Now, what did happen?
Absolutely not. That's not what I'm thinking, and it's not a down.
Please just let me get in there, bro. I'm just honestly just trying to
No, but
stay
honestly, like, honestly speaking, like, I feel like I see
We all just like listening to this, so I'm asking you to please honor the
Y'all
truth.
just, what are you doing? Y'all just talking
I'm
around.
after Luca.
No, I called. No, I called Wendy right after you called. I called right after you called.
Oh, you know what? I forgot you free.
You know?
You can go. Yeah, it's a Q. It's a Q. It's a Q. 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 Q.
I'm supposed to be the last thing, right? And then Karen.
You in the queue. I got you in the queue, Sugar Billy.
What about
Let's put no, because I did forget free. I'm gonna put you before Elise. Free range right here. Free range. With the chickens.
Okay.
With the
Can you
chickens.
hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I was
But it's hold on. Q. It's Alessandro's go. You are in the queue. The queue is in the chat. All right. If you don't see your name in the queue, please enter your name as copy and paste as we usually do. We're gonna insert free after Miss Fee. So right now it's on Alessandro. Next is Miss Fifi, and then it's gonna be free, and then Elise.
Wait, did Misan?
And then I got you in there too.
I called Q like 10 minutes
No, Misan didn't finish speaking. You guys just.
Yeah, if Misan isn't done, we'll allow her to finish.
Yeah, we gonna allow her to finish though. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you are coming from a space where you honestly like are devastated by the amount of like child molestation that happens on a regular basis, that's like fine and dandy. And I think for the most part, all of us are in the same position as you, where we hate the fact that this is happening. We like it's disgusting that these things happen, but like wanting to argue on the numbers and whatever it is, this is where I would say that you're kind of like derailing the conversation, because what we're arguing on semantics. It doesn't matter about whether that number is true or not, whether it's there. The fact is that like so many of it is happening. If it's just one man molesting all these girls, we all have one guy that's coming around to go and touch everybody's child. That one man is still a problem because there are millions of victims of this thing. And I feel like, we can move forward with that. And I really get where both you and Night King is coming from. But like, we are also in the same position as you. Thank you. I'm done.
I think like there's a lot of talking past each other, and I think there's like some people who like either aren't listening or just aren't tracking. I think like shootability, you've made a couple points that I don't think anyone disagrees with. We all think like the assault of children is wild and shit, right? It's unacceptable. The thing is like the number that I'm familiar with is going to be 1 in 4 young girls are like victims of assault during childhood. Like that's 25%. That's a crazy ass number, right? And so I think when we put it to 90%, it's just going to be like, can you provide any academic source that can help us draw that conclusion, right? Because also you did clarify that like you're not talking about grown men who talk to teenagers. The number that you referenced for me was 10-year-olds, right? Now, if we're saying 90% of women are propositioned for romance by the time they're 10, you actually bumped it up to like 99% to keep it real. Let's just be honest. The world is covered in pedophiles. Like, come on now. Like, yes, come on. I asked, you dropped it down.
I didn't say like, by the time they're 10. I said
let them finish.
But I think like there's a lot of failure to commit to a particular stance, which is why Concrete didn't answer the question when Louis was like, what is her point that we disagree with? Right? It's like, we don't disagree. Like, obviously, I would say like assault of young girls is a wild ass problem, right? But then like when you look at the continent of Africa, and you combine it with the nation of India, you get about 950 million grown men, between like 950 million to 1 billion. So now we're saying all men in Africa and India are pedophiles in order to reach the number that you're talking about, 1 billion. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I think the numbers that you're throwing out there, like when you throw out wild ass numbers, of course, like if we look at the numbers that I'm pulling up data that validates the claim. Child assault is a real problem that we should give a damn about. We should care, right? But I think like
no one disputed that at all.
Yeah, like the numbers are going to be off. So like, and I think it's important to speak accurately, because like, say like you're a Black American and you want like police reform. If you're like 100 Black men are killed by the police every hour, right? Like, if I'm saying numbers that don't make no sense, people will just dismiss my entire argument. You know what I mean? So like, it's important to like speak accurately when we talk about these things, so that people can take these problems very seriously, because they are serious problems. But when you like say all men in Africa and India are just pedophiles running around snatching up 10-year-olds, like I'm not saying that's not true. I'm just saying you have not provided evidence for that claim. You know what I mean? So I think that, that's going to be the issue that most people have. Like, we just want to see, like, can you source up? Can you give us sources so that we can draw these same conclusions as you? You know what I mean?
All right. Q. After Luca is Miss Fee. Michael, Miss Fifi. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, and thank you for allowing me to speak, Night King. Can you hear me loud and clear? I have some new wires.
Oh yeah, your mic good.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to bring a little scholarship to the conversation, because it's levels to assault in rape. I'm going to speak on rape culture in college. because that there is where you find the underreporting and things of that nature. So just a quick overview on points of sexual assault in college. About 1 in 5 college women, experience attempted or completed sexual assault during college. Most survivors know the person who assaulted them. Around 80 to 90% are acquaintances, classmates, or partners. The majority of assaults are never reported. That estimates to say 70 to 90% go unreported. Alcohol is involved in a large percentage of campus sexual assaults. First-year students and women ages 18 to 24 face particularly high risk. Just wanted to just throw that out there because, again, all of it's, a bad thing, but, it's levels to it, and I think you got to keep that in mind when we're talking about this. Thank you.
I appreciate y'all, and Sugar Belly, you are in the queue.
Yeah, Alex is next.
Actually, no, because I did a skirt on Elise. My bad. You can go next, Elise, but right now it's on free. So one mic on free.
Appreciate it. I'll try to be brief. And did a study on that thing with the 1 in 5 in college women being sexually assaulted. I think that's been debunked for a minute because of how the stats was approved, especially saying that it's just a opinion survey that if you essentially say you had an uncomfortable interaction, you consider that sexual assault, so that muddy the numbers, which kind of goes back to what Luca was saying to Sugar Belly. The issue is that when we don't have these discussions, we kind of, at least for me, want to fix a problem and not just speak about an issue for the sake of rhetoric. So when we start setting the numbers such as 90% of these people or these girls have been approached and all this type of stuff, that's something we, for the most part, can't fix. Like I had when I was younger, my sister was 12 years old. She was a bit younger than me. And I was doing some music with a producer. And long story short, after we finished working, I said, I gotta stay here and watch my sister. I can't go to the studio with you. And he said, where's your sister at? I was like, that was the girl on the couch. He was like, oh, I thought it was your girlfriend. He was like, how old is she? I was like, she's 12. And he was like, man, I thought the girl was 19, 20. And, it's my sister. I didn't see it that way. So this is just, of course, an anecdotal example of someone, looking at, seeing a person who happens to be a minor and identifying them as a potential adult. And of course, he didn't address approach her, nothing like that. It's just the way he saw her. And that has happened. I mean, even me, I've been overseas since I was 12 years old. So I've been identified as an adult since I was 12 myself. So bottom line is that if we're getting to the root of issues to where, because again, it's impossible to stop human interaction from someone saying, hey, I want to talk to somebody. And if I engage this person, I find that the interaction is not warranted based on age difference or competency and all this other shit, then that's not an inherent issue initially. It becomes an issue after the fact. And that's why I say that's extremely important. What Sugar Billy is saying, which I think we all agree to, if there's someone that's observably a child and, it seems more common to identify, then no one should address them in the capacity of an adult because they're clearly a child. I think we all agree to that. But there are some cases where that's not the case, where a person can misidentify a child as an adult. Police do it all the time. I mean, I keep bringing up anecdotes. I got robbed 2 years ago on Super Bowl Sunday by a fucking 14-year-old. I almost shot him. I thought he was 22. That nigga was 14. He was tall like me, muscular, and that nigga was 14. So I mean, so again, if we're just going out numbers and kind of just going down from here and there trying to paint a picture, it becomes a dishonest, bad faith discussion. What are we doing here? Are you just trying to demonize men? And no offense to you, Sugar Belly, but it seems to be a goal. This how it's like every time we're in space, this becomes a conversation. But it seems like it's hell bent on just trying to demonize men opposed to fixing the problem. We cannot fix bad interactions between people. What we can try to do, which I hopefully is your goal, is to mitigate those interactions by changing the culture. And I think for the most part of America, we have a culture that does not tolerate adults, particularly male adults, dealing with minors in the sexual capacity. Okay, no person, I think, in existence in this country can openly speak about engaging with children in an inappropriate way. It's universally shunned. So you're saying this is a universal experience amongst women, maybe not in this culture, but maybe in other cultures. And if you could compile those numbers, you're going to paint a bad picture of a problem we can't fix. But I'll land on there, and I'll post a link to that 1 in 5 college girls story in the chat.
Okay, what's the cue, please? Night cue.
Quickly, sir, I got my own.
The cute is Elise's next. Hold on, cute.
And then I'm after Elise, right?
And then you after Elise.
Okay.
I don't know. Give me one name, one foreign long.
Wait a second. You said name me one congressman who's a foreign agent. There are none. Zero.